Good evening. Welcome to tonight's episode of Crit Test Dummies. We have a very, very special one-shot going on today. We are going to be playing with a bunch of first-timers, some rookie players today. Yay! And Patrick. So first of all, thank you to my brave souls that have joined us for one of their first games and doing that live on a stream, because that's easy. Let them go around and introduce themselves. So we'll start in your upper left-hand corner with Alex.
Hi guys, I'm Alex, and today I'm going to be playing a female elf called Enya, and I'm a druid. I spent most of my time working in a library, and I'm looking forward to this D&D experience.
And Patrick, in our top right, go ahead and remind people who you are.
Hey, I'm Patrick. I will be playing a human knight, a noble, with his 3 trusty friends. And, I can't say too much now. His name is Sir Cecil Goodwin, knight in training, holder of the ruby ribbon, heir to the realm of Goodwin Castle.
Perfect. And Mai.
Hi, I'm Mai, and I'm playing D&D the first time, or pen and paper roleplay in general. It was really funny because I think last week I watched the series Community College, and there they played D&D, and I told my brother that I really want to try it, and then a week later I tried now. So my character is a female human, and she's a ranger. And is master of archery and can play the flute. And she has a small hedgehog who can help me with small things.
Nice. And last but certainly not least, in your bottom right, Max.
Hello, I'm Max. I play as with the character Jennison, a former noble whose family was wiped out by plague. And so he started to study the art of necromancy to bring back his parents and his family to life. But he has still a good soul and just using his magic for the good.
Necromancer with a heart of gold. Lovely. So tonight, this is meant to be beginner friendly. So we'll be talking through a lot of mechanically what we're doing, what we're rolling, why, all that fun stuff. On your screen in the bottom left, there, along with the map and that lovely little cover of the adventure we'll be playing, you can see our chat where the rolls will be coming up as well, so you can follow along with what is happening. Speaking of that title page, that's what we're playing. Our story today is called The Town Musicians of Bremen. This is a one-shot adventure by Lucas Zellers. He was nice enough to let us play this evening. It's just a cool little adventure if you want to check it out. It's on dmsguild.com. There's a lot of multiple paths through this. We're choosing one of them. He's built this, so there's 6 different paths you can take through it. If you like this, go check it out and run your own table. Yay! And with that, let's get started. Bremen, fabled metropolis. Many stories have filtered their way to your city of its wonders and riches. Some say it's made of gold. Some say they have the largest libraries and museums in the world, while others swear the greatest heroes the world has ever known all trained at a secret academy there. The 2 things that the stories agree on, though, is that 1, it's somewhere to the north. And 2, the road there is very, very dangerous. You, for your own reasons, have all decided to chase these stories and see for yourselves. Knowing stories of dangers along the way, you've found others to join you on the road, whom you've agreed to meet this morning just outside the northern gates. It is early morning, just after dawn, sun barely coming up on a chilly but comfortable spring morning, as Sir Cecil comes through the northern gates, followed by his 3 retainers. the first to arrive at the meeting point.
Come on now. Even though you don't have a horse, it doesn't mean you have to fall behind so much. Come on.
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry,
You're in a
sir.
hurry.
Your little retainers run up. Sir Cecil is followed by 3 other humans, one of which is dressed kind of nicely in Sir Cecil's colors, carrying a giant lance over his shoulder, trying to keep up with Sir Cecil across on top of his horse. While another gentleman in a dirty apron has pots and pans and ladled hung off of his backpack. And the third one is a young woman with a small bag, wearing nicer clothes and carrying a big old flag in the same colors that Sir Cecil is wearing. They all get just outside the gate and wait for the people that had said that they would meet them there. Not long after, about 5-10 minutes later, Leandra, you come through the northern gates. So as Leandra is coming through, Sir Cecil, why don't you describe what she sees as she comes through the gates?
So when I'm going through the gate, I see Sir Cecil and all this huge flag and people, and I was so confused and also excited to go now for this travel with Sir Cecil.
And what does she see, Patrick? What does Sir Cecil look like?
Sir Cecil sits atop his rental steed, wearing a purple beret, and has like sort of this blonde page cut, like a chiseled chin. And with him stand his squire Gustav, Otto his cook, and Helga his herald. And he's sort of bored, contemplating if he should already start the day early with some wine. And he's waving towards the ranger.
And as he's waving you over, Leandra, what does he see? What does Leandra look like? So might describe yourself what you look like.
I was just confused because Alex is now out of the conversation, right? Isn't he?
Some tech issues.
Yeah.
I'll have him come in last so he has a little bit of time to reset.
Okay.
It happens.
So Leandra is wearing a leather suit and has a cloak in green, and she has long brown braids and always carrying her hedgehog on her shoulder.
Very nice. So you come through. Do you two greet each other? Just nod.
Gustav, I don't think she sees me. She sees me. Wave her. Let her see that we are here.
Yes, sir. And Gustav starts waving.
I wave back, and then I go slowly to Sir Cecil and all his companions.
Aha! Leandra, was it?
Yes, right. Nice to meet you in person, Sir Cecil.
I believe we have met last night. No?
Okay, you are. I thought I just met someone else who told me that I have to go with you to Bremen. So it's just like that I accompany you, but I didn't talk to you before. Sorry that I don't remember.
It's no issue. I'm quite used to it, to be honest. As the youngest of 5 brothers, I've often been overlooked and forgotten. Well, it doesn't matter.
I'm very sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
At about this time, a shadow kind of falls across the north gate. And it looks like a silhouette there for a moment until you kind of squint in the morning light and realize that it's just a person dressed in a lot of black. As you see Jonathan approaching. Jonathan, go ahead and describe what they see when you walk through the gate.
Jonathan is a middle-aged men with black hair and black clothes, and they look like they were once very fine linen, but now they're a little bit worn out, but you still see his former heritage. So he walks slowly to this funny assemble of people and greets, "Hello, Herr Sasselwest. I believe you are the former knight who bring me to the famous city of Bremen in safety."
How did you address me? May I remind you? Helga. Tell him my full title.
Oh, yes, sir. And Helga, the one with the flag, steps in front of the horse, and this is Sir Cecil Goodwin, not in training, holder of the red, blue. She looks back at you. Green.
Red.
Yes, red ribbon, second class, heir to the realm of Goodwin Castle.
Aha.
Oh, I beg my apology.
And then she kind of looks around, like, "Did I do it right?" And then shuffles back into her spot.
I'm so sorry. I'm so thankful for you being here and bringing me on the road.
Gosh, don't you worry. You are in good hands. In good hands, I tell you. We will have the greatest adventure of all time. And finally, when it culminates in Bremen, we will all be rich. Don't you worry.
And as you're discussing this, the last member of your party comes through the northern gate. Right on time, Alex. So as Inya comes through the gate, the three of you look up, well, six of you counting the retainers, look up and see. Go ahead and describe Inya for us. What does she look like?
Enya is a tall wood elf. She has silver hair, a dark gray cloak, and underneath the cloak she wears dark brown leather armor. And she has pale skin with a purple hue, and holds a wooden staff in her hand. And she approaches the group of adventurers. Good morning, fellow adventurers. I'm glad to see you here, and I'm looking forward to our journey to Bremen.
Nice to meet you too, Enya. Welcome to a great group.
Your hair looks formidable, if I may say so.
Thank you kindly, dear sir.
And it does. The silvery hair just kind of glints in the morning light. Sir Cecil's not a little bit jealous of it. So,
shall we go now, Sir Cecil?
Yes. Let's discuss. Does anybody know the way?
I heard it's up north from here.
Yes.
So I assume we just follow this road here. It seems the most prudent thing to do. Who knows? If we walk astray, there might be too many dangers lying ahead. So I would say we stay on the path. And I will keep a lookout on my horse. Unless the ranger wants to scout ahead, maybe.
So I think we should go the way north, and then I walk forward to the way which going north.
okay.
Okay, follow me.
Okay. Can I get a marching order, please? So just what order you're going along the road, like who's in front, behind, etc. So Leandra, I'm assuming, is up front. So who's going to be behind Leandra then?
I think I would probably be in the middle, with my horse, to have an overwatch position to see good.
I'll be in the very back because I'm a supporter, and in case we run into any danger, I don't want to be on the front line.
Okay.
So
you end up in the back. Otto, the cook, also ends up dropping back with you. Gustav is kind of jogging along next to the horse, trying to keep up along with Helga. Where's Jonathan in this motley crew? Is up towards the front or towards the back?
Jonathan keeps close to the knight because he's afraid of danger, and he thinks this is the best way to be safe.
Okay.
Gustav, keep an eye on the shady one. I don't trust him one bit.
Gustav very obviously does a big nod and turns to stare at Jonathan.
I wave at him and say hello.
So we're going to do our first roll of the day. So I would like Leandra, since you're in the lead, to do a perception check just as you're going along. So for those of you watching new to D&D, what I'm asking Mike to do is a skill check. So their character sheets have different skills on them, like knowledge of history, arcana, in this case, perception, noticing things. So when you do a check, you take that number and you add whatever you get on a 20-sided dice to see how well you do. The better the number, the better off you are. Frequently, I'll have in my head a difficulty class, a DC, a number that you're trying to meet to do the thing. In this case, holy crap, 22. So that's really good roll. Your senses are sharpened from your work as a ranger. You know how to move outdoors. And it is, especially this close to the city, it's a pretty normal day. There are birds chirping. You catch a couple of rabbits and squirrels kind of ducking into the underbrush as your group with a very large horse approaches. But nothing really catches your eye as unusual. The first day of travel goes largely without event. Set up camp for the evening outdoors. Some of you, this is a regular occurrence, like Leandra. Some of you, this may be relatively new to find yourself camping outdoors at night away from the city. But eventually, you manage to fall asleep under the stars and get up and get going the next day. Second day of travel. It's the same. You're still fairly close to the city. It's a well-protected area, fairly well-traveled road. Third day. As you start to make your way through on the third day, Leandra,
Yes.
you notice off ahead of you what looks to, off of kind of half hidden behind a tree and some bushes, what looks to be a white horse of some sort. And as you get closer, about 60 feet away, you notice that it's moving oddly as if it's injured. And you also notice that it has closed against it a set of white wings as well.
White. Oh. So I'm going to ask Enya to come with me, since I see that the white-winged horse is maybe injured, and so we go slowly closer to the horse, not to shock her away, and try not to scare the horse.
Okay, how close are you trying to get? Right up to it, or just a little bit closer?
Just a little bit closer to try to get her attention.
Okay.
And see how the horse reacts.
Okay. As you get a little bit closer, 50 feet, 40 feet, about then you see the horse kind of and turn and look at you. And at that point, you notice that beneath one of the wings, there's a little bit of red on the white fur and the white feathers. And you notice that the feathers of one of the wings that's tucked up is are disheveled. Actually, with your passive perception, you notice the tree that it's under has a bunch of broken branches, like it crashed into it and fell.
Oh. So is the horse under the branches?
Mm-hmm. Like it is on the ground, wings tucked in against itself, kind of trying to stand, but it's doing it really awkwardly, like the shoulder or wings are injured right now.
Okay. So, Enya, come and help me. Come and let's help the horse.
Okay.
So, all right, we're walking even closer towards the horse,
Okay.
and
Can I have, as you both approach, can I have both of you make an animal handling check, please?
Mm-hmm.
Says to see if you can approach the injured animal without scaring it.
can you just let me know how to do
Yes.
a check again?
So go to your character sheet. So if you go to your journal and click on your character's name,
Got it.
there should be an option there to click on character sheet. And then in the core section of that, towards the left-hand side is all the list of skills in alphabetical order.
Animal handling.
Yep, just click the thing that says animal handling. Beautiful, exactly like that. So that's a 13 for both of you. You come close and it's a little skittish. It kind of backs off at first, but both of you kind of do the universal, shh, it's okay, hands out, not a threat, and it eventually lets you approach and get close to it.
Okay, so I walk up to the winged horse and I gently touch its head and try to calm it.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of recoils away a little bit at first, but then realizing you're not trying to hurt it, almost kind of begrudgingly lets you pet it.
I think I would like to cast my Speaking with Animals spell.
Okay, go for it. So that's a level 1 spell, so that will use one of your spells for the day. So, as you do that...
Do I have to throw a dice or?
Nope. This is a spell that just works.
Okay,
it's
cool.
kind of lovely. So as you do that, eventually, what would you like to start saying to the Pegasus? This spell takes a second to cast, so just for a second. Jonathan and Sir Cecil, what are you two doing this as you watch your companions approach this strange creature?
I think I don't want to scare the horse, and I don't think that I'm as good as handling animals. So I have like 1 point. So I think I just stay back and watch them do.
Yeah, you stay back. Your crow is kind of hopping from shoulder to shoulder, though. It seems very interested in this creature.
Okay, I tell the crow that she can fly over and look what's up there.
And starts flying towards the thing. The horse kind of looks up and immediately backs away a little bit from the crow as it's coming up and pulls away a little bit from Enya as it's going.
Oh no, I think I tell the crow to maybe just chill somewhere on the side, not go too close.
And it kind of perches in a tree nearby, but not directly over the horse. Okay. So about this time, you finishes casting the spell.
Okay, I'm asking the winged horse what happened to it and how it fell down from the sky.
Too dark this morning when I was flying. Hit a tree. Clipped the wings and kind of... Ow! And Leandro, while you're watching this, you don't have a clue what Enya just said because Enya's now talking in neighs and whinnies and and you're hearing the response back from the Pegasus in the same language.
What did he say?
The winged horse told me that it was dark this morning when it flew in the sky and it crashed into a tree, and that's all.
Okay, so do you think we can help it?
I could try to cure its wounds, but I would rather save the spell in case we run into other danger along the road.
Most of you should also have or what are called healing kits that can be used for some things as pretty standard beginner adventurer equipment.
So I take off my backpack and I look inside and take out a healing kit, and I have a look inside of it to see whether there's anything I could use to mend the wounds of the Pegasus.
Okay. Make a, let's say, medicine check for me, please.
Okay. Let me try. Medicine. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a 4. So that's actually what we call a natural 1, meaning that you rolled a 1 on the 20-sided dice. It's the worst possible outcome. So as you look through it, you pull the medicine kit out and you actually drop it. And it's just, the materials just kind of go sprawling under the bushes and everything else. It takes you a little bit to pull everything together. It's not real. Let's just say the hygiene of this equipment's now not the best in the world.
Dang it. I try to still gather all of the equipment and put it back into the bag, even though I can clearly see that the hygiene is probably compromised.
You might be able to salvage some stuff for an emergency, but it may not be the best right now.
All right.
Do I also have a medicine kit?
You should, yeah.
Okay. So maybe I try.
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay, so
You literally can't do worse, so go for it.
a medicine roll.
Medicine check, please. 5.
Oh, damn.
Hey, that's better. You rolled a 3 this time. You're used to taking care of yourself and doing some triage out in the wild. A winged horse and fixing a hurt wing is well outside of your expertise. You're not sure what to do that would be helpful rather than harmful.
Okay.
I'm asking the Pegasus if there's anything we can do to help other than trying to heal its wounds.
I mean, healing would be really great if you can.
I'm asking Leandra, do you think I should use my my healing spell?
You can ask the others. Maybe they can help too without using your spell.
That's a good idea. Let's ask the others. Okay. Hey guys, can you come over and try to help this Pegasus?
I would assume that Sir Cecil was still asleep because it was a boring ride, and nobody said hey, there is something, and my 3 retainers would be too afraid to say anything.
Yep.
It's like, what's going on? I'm there. Yes. What do you want?
So Cecil, there's a Pegasus over there, and it told me
Pegasus.
Pegasus, indeed, and it told me that it crashed this morning because it was too dark for it to see well. It crashed into a tree, it fell, and now it's wounded. It's asking for our help.
You can speak to Pegasus.
Yes, sir.
Amazing. And what do you need me for?
I was wondering if you could maybe use your healing kit and see if you could help the Pegasus.
Aha! Otto!
Yeah.
Do we have a healing kit?
I'm the cook. And he kind of punches Gustav in the arm. Gustav, right, healing kit. It takes the bag down, sets it on the ground, and starts going through it, pulling out odds and ends. Stuff kind of comes flying out of the bag. But got it! Right here, sir!
Well, then, go ahead, heal the horse.
You see this look of actual terror come over.
You can do it.
Okay.
I think maybe the druid could try to heal the horse. I think maybe it would suit her better, maybe.
I agree with Jonathan, and I asked Cecil if I could maybe use the healing kit instead.
Gustav's like...
Well, but you better make sure to watch him so you learn for the future.
He just holds out full arm's length as far the healing kit's gonna explode or something and hands it off to Enya.
I take the healing kit, but I also invite Gustav to come with me.
And follows very reluctantly behind you.
All right, so we're approaching the Pegasus, and I'm again trying to heal its wounds using the healing kit.
Okay, make one last shot at this, please.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yes!
Oh,
And on the other end, a natural 20, as high as you could do. This time, using Sir Cecil's kit, you managed to kind of assess the situation. You've read lots of books about bird anatomy and horse anatomy, and you kind of are able to figure out how the two things might work together in this creature. And you do manage to patch everything up, put some bandages over the wounds, stabilize some of the parts of the wing that look like they might be a little messed up. And it takes you a good amount of time. Like, it's about half an hour of work on this creature. But eventually, you're done. Pegasus kind of experimentally pulls its wings out a little bit. Tries to flap them. Okay, not that yet. But
With the help of the ointment from the infirmary of Goodwin Castle, the Pegasus was finally healed. Helga, write that down. Write that down.
oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. With the how do you spell ointment? And and as that's happening, it's like should be better eventually. Thank you, and remember, kids, don't drink and fly. And the Pegasus starts walking, and you notice now that it's walking, even with the patches, a little unsteadily. And you start to understand why it might have crashed into a tree.
I'm shaking my head, and I'm also asking the Pegasus another thing. By any chance, have you heard of a city called Bremen? And if so, could you maybe give us a hint in terms of which direction we should go?
Yeah. Heard of it, of course, everyone has. North. Keep going north. Sure.
Fair enough. Thank you, Pegasus.
And it stumbles sideways off the road and into the woods.
Great. So maybe we head north.
Let's head north.
So do I have to do another perception check?
If you would, please, yes.
Mm-hmm.
22. Lovely. As the morning continues, gets to about noon, might stop for a quick lunch. Otto pulls out some rations for Sir Cecil and for the other retainers. Mm-hmm. Looks at the rest of you and puts everything back in his bag. And you notice some clouds start to form over you. So you continue moving on north. Another half hour goes by. The clouds darken, thicken a little more. Another half hour goes by, and it looks like a storm might be coming through. Then as you're coming down the road, and there's a lightning strike right in the middle of the road. And where the lightning hit, there now stands a giant wolf.
Okay.
With silver gray hair running down it, streaks of almost this electric blue kind of coming from the side of the eyes. It's like almost static charges, little shocks, little bits of electricity coming off the tips of the ears and the tips of the toes on the edges of this thing. Who are you?
So since I'm a bit afraid, I step back and to Sir Cecil to talk to the...
Gustav, prepare my lance.
Oh, what, sir? And Gustav kind of holds the lance up over to you.
I sense the
grab it.
tension in. Oh, sorry. I sense the tension in the group, and I also make my way from the back of the group towards the front where Leandra is standing.
And the wolf at this point isn't taking an aggressive stance. It actually kind of lies down with its paws crossed in front of it, just looking at you. And says again, "Who are you?"
It seems to be able to talk. Well, I am.
Oh, let me, sir. And Helga steps in front of you.
Of course, go.
This
go ahead.
is Sir Cecil Goodwin, knight in training, holder of the blue ribbon, second class, heir to the realm of Goodwin Castle. Did I get it right?
At your service. Yes, you did. You did very good.
Thank you. And the wolf in front of you.
What is so funny?
You are amusing.
I can't say the same.
Tell me, Sir Cecil, do you follow the law? Do you strive for order in the world?
Do you mean the laws of physics or
Do
the
you
laws
strive
of nature?
for order in the world?
Well, yes. Everybody should follow the rules. Where would we be without it?
And would you help others before yourself?
Yes. I would. Of course. That is, little help.
I'm asking you as a player here, is this a deception check? Okay, make a deception check for me, please.
I am not very good at deception.
8. Okay. So, the deception check is a little special. Unlike the perception that Leandro was doing earlier, for deception, trying to trick somebody else, they also get to roll another skill called insight to see if they can figure out whether or not you are lying.
Uh-oh.
The wolf kind of looks at you for just a second, and there's a low rumble in the back of the throat. It is not good to lie on this road.
We are not lying. You are lying. We are walking on this peaceful road, and you lie there and block our way. What is your business?
He looks at the
Explain
others
yourself.
and is completely ignoring you at this point.
Hello, you will respect my authority.
And the others. Do you strive for order in the universe?
Can I use my knowledge in history to maybe recall if I know anything about
Sure.
lightning foxes?
Absolutely. This would be either a history or a religion check. You may do either one.
Okay, I go with history.
Go for it.
So I just press on it.
Yes. 23. You recognize this creature. There's plenty of stories about it. It's called a Fenris. These are creatures that are, pardon me. They're what are considered celestial creatures. So they're the opposite of demons. Very much supporters and protectors of law, of order in the universe, of good in the universe. And you know that these creatures tend to be set to guard particular areas, especially old battlefields, but also other important places, important roads.
Okay. So I maybe say to him, "Hello, my name is Jonathan, and I'm a good, willing person, and I want to let you know we just want to travel through here to Bremen, and don't want to harm anything or steal anything."
Those that strive for order, those that strive for helping others are welcome on this road. And he looks at you, Sir Cecil, as he says that.
Did you hear? We are welcome.
Others should be strong, or they will have trouble.
Aha. I
So-
was trained very well. I am very strong. Don't you worry.
Mechanically, what's happening here is what he's trying to cue here. Is if your alignment, which is kind of your character's personality as far as whether they tend towards lawful or chaotic, do they, which is not necessarily following a state's legal code, but even a personal moral code is fine, as long as you follow rules, even if they're self-imposed. Lawful and then good. So you tend to put others first, you work towards the betterment of the whole, rather than evil, which is working towards the detriment of others, usually towards your own benefit. The world of D&D, those are actual forces-ish type of things. So, if you are lawful good, he's happy to let you pass. Otherwise, he would like for you to show off your strength in some way, shape, or form.
I'm neutral good, by the way, so is he going to let me pass, or am I also going to have to prove myself?
Are any of you lawful good? Didn't think so. So he comes
I'm
up.
not even lawful.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So as he comes up, and he actually gets on his feet at this point, and comes up, still not baring teeth, not super aggressively, and just starts.
Oh, that is Otto.
You three. And he looks at your retainers, Sir Cecil. Are welcome. You serve your
me?
master well. The others. Are you strong enough for this road?
Yes.
Yes.
Show me. And he kind of settles back down onto his front paws.
I do like this and I curl my bicep.
Make either a strength check or a performance check for me, please.
I will take the strength.
Go for it. 20. So, this character that the rest of you guys have kind of seen as, let's be honest, a bit of a buffoon so far. Kind of rolls up his sleeve, flexes. He has some guns. And you hear the Fenris in front of you again give that low chuckle. You are stronger than you look. Perhaps
Yes.
you'll be okay. And then turns towards the other three.
Can I try to persuade the wolf to let me pass?
Sure, what do you say to the wolf?
So I say, I really appreciate what you're doing here, and the road shall be filled only with the good persons, but be assured that I will do no harm to no one, and I will just go my way.
Make a persuasion check for me, please. Oh yeah, 23. The Fenris kind of raises an eyebrow at the dark figure, the staff with a skull on the end of it, and a raven flying around it. You are an interesting one. Let us see what you do.
Okay,
And
so
looks to the other two.
So I try to persuade him as well, and telling him we are heading to Bremen, and even though it shouldn't be, our matter to have everyone, we saw a Pegasus lying on the ground, and my friend here, Enya, and me, we were the first ones going there to help this poor animal, and in the end we could help him, and that is that shows that we are good persons, and we are so good that we are allowed to go this way here.
Yes, and I provided the medicine. Don't forget me.
That's true too.
The Fenris actually looks at you, Sir Cecil, and just don't push it. Go ahead and make a persuasion check as well, Leandra.
Okay.
8. The Fenris looks at you. I do not doubt you are good, but I must prevent chaos from the land beyond here. Are you
Perhaps I need
strong
to show
enough
him
to
this
maintain order?
So, of course, I'm strong enough. When you are saying strength is not only the strength of muscles, but also the strength of being kind and being fast and helping others.
So you're
Can't
fast.
you play on the flute?
He raises an eyebrow at fast. Let's see how fast you are.
Uh-oh.
Sir Knight, you might be useful. Young Ranger,
Don't doubt it.
line up with the horse. And so he has you and the horse with Sir Cecil on it line up about 100 feet in front of him.
Okay.
If you can beat the horse to me, you may pass.
A challenge. Gustav, put my beret.
He said, yes, sir. And Helga steps up. Should I write this down, sir? This seems like a lovely race between your horse and the kind woman that has been walking with us this whole time.
Hold off on your pen for now. We'll see how this turns out first.
I have
Okay,
one
sir.
question.
Yeah.
Is this going to include an ability check?
It will. You also have some player agency to get creative to affect the outcome, though, as well.
Cool. So, can I maybe run up to Leandra and put my hand on her shoulder and give her guidance?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So what guidance means is that on the next roll skill check that you do, I believe it's a plus D4, or is it with advantage?
Yes, 1d4.
1D4. So you'll get to add a 1D4 as well as the regular D20 and add the things together. So you'll do a little bit better. Are you ready? The Fenris says.
I was born ready.
Ready, set, go. And I would like you to both roll athletics checks. Sir Cecil, it's going to be for your horse.
You have a stat block for a horse?
I thought I could do the dexterity check, but okay.
Actually, yeah, because it's a sprint, not a long thing, I'll let you do a dexterity check if you wish instead.
Okay, so
11. Roll a d4 as well. So if you remember the dice kind of thing menu over on the left.
D4.
Yep. A 1, so that'll be a 12 total.
Okay.
I roll athletics for the horse, right?
Yes.
Is the horse drunk, maybe?
Can I fudge it on purpose? Or can I give myself disadvantage or anything?
You are the rider, so you can do whatever you wish.
I will spur him a little bit, not like hell breaks loose, but just a little bit.
Okay.
I don't want to make it sound look obvious that I'm trying to lose.
Okay, so go ahead and do athletics at disadvantage then. $14.
Sorry.
So as you're going, Sir Cecil, you're not trying, but you're still on a horse. So you get about 50 feet. You're about halfway to the wolf at this point, and you're a little bit ahead of Leandra. I need you both to roll athletics one more time.
Okay, one more time.
Yes, please.
Dexterity.
Dexterity, please, yeah.
And then also D4.
No, you only get that for the one.
Okay.
I would like to make like a sleight of hand check to like tumble with the strings a little bit.
Absolutely. Go ahead and do either deception or sleight of hand, your choice. Okay. Okay. So as you're both running along, Sir Cecil, you realize that you're actually getting in front of Leandra, even though you weren't really intending to. And all of a sudden, you just and kind of lose control of the reins a little bit, and the horse, without the control, kind of slows down even a little bit more, really not sure what's going on anymore. And that gives Leandra just enough time to get to the Fenris first. And again, Fenris. Well done, young ranger. And you, turns towards Sir Cecil, are nicer than you think.
Well, there is strength in numbers.
Indeed there is. And looks back towards Inya.
Okay, so I would like to... can I use my druid craft as well?
Sure.
To make some flowers bloom alongside the road?
Mm-hmm.
So I raise my hands, and suddenly left and right next to the road, flowers start to bloom instantaneously. And I'm telling Fenris that the only law that I'm following is nature's law. But believe me, I do not want to cause harm. And there won't be an issue if you do let us pass.
Make a performance check, please.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of dealing with how good this display of power is.
Performance. Ooh, okay.
7. Okay. So with a 7, that's not super great. Generally, for skill checks, 10 is considered average, so accomplishing something easy, but not guaranteed. So the 7, you kind of raise your arms up, and the flowers start popping up next to Enya. And the Fenris kind of sniffs them.
I help Enya with my... I think I have another cantrip ability.
What would you like to do?
I want to make this scene more convincing and more like having nice smells of flowers and make the flowers bigger. And
Okay, so what are you actually casting then?
then I'm casting. Can I use his cast to grow his cast, something like that, or? Okay. So that was actually my plan. But
I believe you have a cantrip called Prestidigitation,
yeah.
which is kind of like cheap tricks. So you could kind of make the flowers maybe glow a little bit, make them seem a little brighter. You might make a more pleasing smell.
Yeah.
You could do a small effect with that if you wanted.
Okay, I try to do that. So.
Cool. So which of those things are you doing? How are you making this cooler?
I try to make the flowers looking more bright and
Okay.
better or nicer shape.
Okay. So effectively, what I'm going to have you do then is, Enya, can you re-roll that performance check, please? As Leandra's kind of in the back, muttering and kind of waving her hands, and everything looks a little bit nicer all of a sudden.
Oh, damn.
And an 8. Well, that is slightly better.
Okay.
So, it was a good try. So the Fenris looks... what strength do you have to protect this order of nature?
I'm a wise druid. I can communicate with animals. I can cast a thunder wave to push enemies back. And I can do lots of things, believe me.
Show me. And he uses one of his big paws and takes a large rock that's by the side of the road and pushes it towards you.
Mm-hmm.
And lays his paws back down and just watches.
I'm thinking about what to do. Because I only have the thunder wave once, right? It would be kind of like...
You can use any of those spells, those first level spells. So those of you watching, the way that spells work is for anything that's not a cantrip, so anything that has a larger effect, that you have what are called spell slots. So you can have a certain number of times that you can cast a certain strength of spell per day. You have 3 spell slots at first level. You can cast whatever you want with those. So if you cast Thunderwave now, that would use one of them. But you still have 2 more. You could cast it again. You could cast something else first level. It's mix and match, whatever you want to.
Right. Okay, so, but I also already cast Speaking with Animals,
True.
right?
So you would be down to 1 after this.
Yeah. Okay. I'm asking Fenris if it would please him if I conjured up a flame in my hand instead.
He just nods.
So I go ahead and I cast a flame. I conjure up a flame in my hand and I try to make it look very spectacular.
Okay. Your choice. You can do either yet one more performance check, trying to sell this thing, or you can do a wisdom check, because that is your casting modifier.
Wisdom check.
Okay,
for sure.
go for the wisdom.
Okay, cool. Wisdom.
18. True. So, as you pull this flame up, you're able to kind of stoke it in your hands, and it grows bigger and bigger. And you chuck it at the rock, and there's a giant scorch mark that goes over it. And the Fenris looks at you. Not bad, young druid. Very well. You 4 shall be very interesting. Good luck. And there's another lightning strike right where he is, and suddenly he is gone. Very quickly, the clouds part away, and it is back to a bright, sunny afternoon.
Great.
Gods.
Yeah, that was entertaining. Shall we head north?
Yes.
Let's continue.
This calls for wine.
I would take one.
Yeah, sir, coming right up. And Otto he actually has like a tap off the side of his bag where there's a wineskin kind of attached to it, so he knows you. Takes one of the tankards and kind of fills up the wine for you and hands it up to you on your horse.
Offer the others wine too if they want, please.
Really, sir?
Yes.
Oh. Can I have some wine, sir?
Don't be ridiculous.
Yes, sir. Would any of you others like some wine courtesy of Sir Cecil Goodwin?
I would take a little glass.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's post or start to this adventure, and our first or second, a challenge we meet and overcome.
Here.
So yeah, with that, Otto kind of finds various cups and bowls. He really don't have the one nice tankard for Sir Cecil, but finds some...
Otto.
And gives a little bit of wine to each of you. It's about a sip.
That was actually meant like he can also have a little bit, but it's okay.
Yeah. As you guys turn towards each other to toast, you actually see Otto turn his back to you for just a second.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir Cecil. I hadn't had wine in some time. It's a nice
No
one.
need to thank me. I have plenty of wine.
I raise my cup and just nod towards Sir Cecil and take a sip.
I hope you're taking notes, Helga.
Yes, sir. After
Write this down
nearly
for my father.
falling off his horse and losing a race to the ranger, he made what?
No. No need
Oh,
to write
sorry,
that down.
sorry, sir,
There's
sorry,
so
sir,
many
sorry,
great
sir.
details. The pages are limited, you know. Who knows what
Oh,
might
sorry,
lie
sir.
ahead.
Sorry, sir.
I will have the final review anyways.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. As Cecil graciously shared wine with his new companions, but not his retainers.
What time is it?
It's getting to about 2-3 o'clock, early afternoon.
Okay.
So, do we want to go on, heading north to Bremen?
Let's continue.
Okay.
Yep.
So, you continue north. You continue down the road, and eventually you start hearing water off in the distance. Gets louder and gets louder. Leandra and Enya especially, you hear this sounds like a river somewhere not too far off.
Mm-hmm.
You come around a bend and you see kind of crashing down through a small hill is a small but really turbulent river. And crossing over it, after kind of going up a little rocky, almost ramp, there's a small, it looks like stone bridge going across the river. On either side of it, on your side, are two statues that look like lions. In fact, the whole thing looks like this. Whee!
Oh, yeah. I asked my raven if he can look if there's a troll under the bridge, please.
And the raven kind of takes off,
Good thinking.
dives, goes right by one of the lions, dives underneath the bridge, comes up, starts heading back towards you, lands on your shoulder, and you just see the little head shake.
Okay. It's clear, I say to the group.
Okay. And you guys can put your tokens up onto the map. You'll be starting... This is kind of the bottom of the little ramp here. So if you want to set yourself somewhere down there. So,
Wow.
Yep.
Great.
Just click
that
your
me?
character's name and drag it over. And I will also pull...
I don't see my character's name.
Let's fix that for you.
I can't pull it over.
Okay.
You have to click on the name, not the icon.
Yeah. Click on the name and drag it through. As for you, Max, let me check that for just a second. There.
I think it's this one, yeah. Oops. Oh no.
It's okay. There. I
So-
set it so it's all players, so you should be able to pull it over. Yay, technology.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay.
Or?
Go ahead and set yourselves at the bottom of that ramp, please. We also have here, towards the back, see, a giant auto. Whoopsies. Wrong layer. Otto.
Ooh.
Gustav. And Helga.
I don't get it. How do I do that?
Okay. So do you see your character there, Jonathan?
I just
I
see
can direct the character for him. Oh no, I can't.
Is
Ah, yeah,
it
there it is.
down there? Where it's
Yeah, there it is.
written like, oh yeah, okay.
There we go. Yay, technology. Okay, so you're at the base of this hill. You see two lion statues on either side. The bridge is narrow. You would struggle to get two people aside going down it. It's possibly doable, but it's tight.
So do we want to go past the bridge one by one?
Yes, we should be careful.
So,
I get off my my high horse and give the horse to Gustav so he can move it over.
Yes, sir. And
But,
Gustav kind of takes it and starts petting
Stay
the
right
horse.
behind me. Stay right behind me.
Hey.
You got this.
Yes, sir. And Gustav will start going up with you. Horse in tow.
Yeah, I don't trust these lions.
Do they look like regular statues?
They look like statues from where you are.
Hmm. Can I use my wisdom about the arcane arts to maybe think of there are some stories about lion wardens on bridges or something?
Sure, make an Arcana check for me, please.
Okay.
Actually, no, this would be a religion. Sorry.
Okay.
That was a good roll. Sorry about that. Hey, that's still a good roll. 22. Jesus, guys. So, there are stories of statues like this being used to guard temples or special places. There's rumors that the statues can come to life. You're not sure how true those rumors are and where that line between superstition and actual fact is.
Okay. Maybe we can try talk to the lions.
What do you mean? Those are statues.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. I heard about lion statues who can come to life and feast on travelers. Maybe we shall give them some food so they aren't hungry anymore when we pass the bridge.
So,
Nonsense.
go for
I walk up and knock one of the lions with my fist, and I'm like, "Hello, somebody home?"
So you're standing in front of one of them?
Yes.
Which one are you standing in front of? Okay. Gustav is coming behind you with your horse. You knock on it.
Be careful with that horse. It's a rental.
Oh, yes, sir. And you knock on the statue.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a statue.
See, everything's fine. I walk past it.
As soon as you step past it, you knew that was coming. Both of the lions, in unison, jump to a point just past you on the bridge, blocking your path. And you hear this.
Oh man, I knew.
And the force of the roar actually starts pushing you back. Can you make a strength saving throw for me, please?
Certainly.
14. Yeah, and it pushes you full 15 feet back. So you end up 5. So you actually end up kind of, Gustav and the horse have to step aside as you end up actually back there. And as soon as you are pushed back again, both of the lions jump back to their original positions. Again, in unison. So they move together, move together.
Okay, I want to try to use my magic hands to offer these lions some nice meat. So maybe I can persuade them to eat the meat and let us pass.
Where did you get the meat from?
Don't I have some
We have
meat
rations.
in my...
You have rations. You might have dried meat and some rations.
Yeah, it's the best dried meat I ever had.
So using Mage Hand, which 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You have to get a little closer. It's got a range of 30 feet.
Okay.
So you'll need to get up onto that ramp a little bit closer, somewhere about here or so.
How do I move this?
Just click your token and drag it over.
No, I'm... Something is wrong with my thing.
You have the wrong hand, like you have the
Up a pen move?
curse instead of the...
Do you have the cursor selected?
I have cursor.
Okay, select move. Okay, I'll take care of it for now. We can try and figure out what's going on during break. So you'll need to be about there.
Okay.
But you get a little closer so you can be within range for it and cast Mage Hand. And the rest of you see this kind of dark gray spectral hand appear in front of Jonathan. You can almost see through it. It's like a wisp of smoke that took the shape of a hand. He sets a bit of jerky on it. The hand starts floating up towards the closer lion. Stops in front of the lion's mouth. And it's acting like a statue.
Oh man, that's bad. Maybe the hand just puts the meat there and tries to pet the lion.
So the hand, the bit of jerky just kind of drops through the smoky hand onto the ground in front of it and goes up, and you see this little bit of smoke just start petting the back of this lion statue. But no real reaction.
No reaction. I'm
Gustav.
sorry, maybe.
Yes,
Gustav,
sir.
hand me my horse.
Okay, sir. And he hands you the horse.
And now, cross the bridge, please.
Sir?
It's fine. You heard the wolf. You're gonna be fine. You're worthy, apparently.
Okay. And he takes a step
Don't worry.
forward. Kind of gets in line with takes another step forward. And immediately again, both lions jump together at the same time, landing at the same point on the bridge, almost like there's a mirror placed there. They jump there. And there's no chance for Gustav, and he goes flying backwards, landing, and he lands flat on his back. Poof. And you actually look and see it. Gustav's out. Like, he's unconscious right now.
Oh, shit.
Poor Gustav.
And the lions jump back to where they were, again moving almost like there's a mirror in between the two of them.
Helga, help him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Helga goes up.
The
Wake
healing
up!
kit. The healing kit.
Oh, right. Of course.
Must I do everything on my own?
And
Go down on go next to him and then try to stabilize him.
okay, make a medicine check for me, please. The rest of you just saw Gustav go flying. Like, this roar took him up off his feet and sent him sailing backwards. Yeah, you're not used to doing the work yourself. So with a 2 on the medicine check, he's not dying near as you can tell, but he's out.
So I go to help instead and ask whether I can use the medicine kit.
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Poor Gustav.
Okay. So
You're so brave.
medicine check.
11. It's good enough. So as you're kind of patching this up and you kind of see where he landed and hit his head a little bit, and you kind of wrap some bandages around the head to keep it a little clean, use a little bit of your water to wash it off a little bit. And as you're working, Gustav, did I make it, sir?
Apparently you were not strong enough.
Oh,
The dog was mistaken.
I'm sorry, sir.
You did good. You did well.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You deserved a day off.
Thank you, sir. And he just lays his head back down, and you're all kind of worried for just a second, and then you start to hear.
Shh. Don't tell my father. Everything is gonna be fine. Well, apparently the road is blocked. We need to go back to town.
Let's see here. You would have Jonathan make an intelligence check for me, please.
Okay.
$13. There's something nagging in the back of your head about how they're moving in pairs.
Maybe if we put a mirror between these two.
Where do we get a mirror from?
I don't know.
We have mirrors in my castle.
So can you please just quick go to the castle and get the mirror? And
that seems like too far away.
okay.
Could I maybe also do a intelligence
Go for
or
it.
Wisdom check?
Sure. Either one, your pick.
Cool.
$22. Wow. Yeah. So you make an educated guess, and you're well researched and well read. And maybe if Jonathan had mentioned Fu Lines, it would have sparked something in your head as well. It's very similar to the Fenrir as far as stories about guarding things. But you make an educated guess that if there was some way for the Fenrir to just let things pass, there's probably some way for these guys to just let things pass.
Okay.
And you also kind of get the fact that they're moving identically in pairs on the bridge.
Maybe we have to go in pairs over the bridge. Can we try?
Sure.
Let's try.
Okay.
Who's going to do it?
Helga, Otto!
Helga and Otto just look at each other, like looking up at Gustav and look back at each other. And they kind of, you actually see them do rock, paper, scissors. And Otto loses and just, yes,
Come here.
And Otto comes, and Helga's not moving at first. Otto reaches back and drags Helga along. Yes,
Are you up for a little experiment?
no, sir.
Everything I must do on my own. I wonder if the horse counts as a... All right. I'll volunteer. Show you what heroism is.
Right?
And who's with me?
I just looked to the ground.
It was your idea, no? Whose idea was it?
Yeah, it was
Jonathan.
my idea, so I go with you.
Okay. So it's in a very interesting visual as you have the bright, shining Sir Cecil, everything polished and gleaming, next to Jonathan, who seems to carry his own perpetual solar eclipse with him everywhere he goes. Come up to the bridge together. Oh, sorry, I'll take care of it. And
Hi, Lion.
both of you kind of look at each other and at the same time take a step forward. You kind of have to be shoulder to shoulder to get across this part of the bridge. Take a step forward, and nothing happens.
Nice. Let's take another step, Sir Cecil.
Let's go. Yeah.
Okay. So as you... Oh, there you go. And you two travel together and get across the bridge and manage to get to the other side.
Yeah, nice. I shout to the others, yeah, it worked. You can come here.
So Otto's already up here. Helga's already up here. So Otto and Helga kind of look at each other. And they together after you two.
See, nothing to worry about.
And what's about Gustav? He's still lying there.
Uh-oh.
He has the day
Right.
off.
Right, good, Gustav.
So we have now on one side of the bridge, we have Cecil and Jonathan, Otto and Helga. On the other side, we still have Enya, Leandra, and the unconscious Gustav.
I walk up to the bridge, but not like very close to it.
Okay.
And I suggest that we should try to have one of you guys come back to this side of the bridge, so you can go with Gustav, and then me and Leandro can also go as a pair.
Yeah, I'll walk back.
Okay.
It was my responsibility after all.
Okay. So, Cecil, as you come back, you pass the lions.
Can I run?
Sure. You run past the lions, and there's not a trace of movement from them. They don't seem to mind coming from the other way.
I pick
sorry.
up Gustav as well.
Okay. So you pick up Gustav, take him on your back, and then two of you together start crossing. And there's a
Who's
moment.
with the horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will come back for the horse.
Yeah. There's a moment when you're crossing that you're not sure if it's going to work, if it counts, but they let you through.
Okay,
Yes.
so we go together.
Yes,
Okay.
let's do it. I look at you,
Okay.
and we cross the bridge.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay. I get up on my horse and try as well.
Okay.
Or look, I try walking next to the horse.
Okay. And as you come up to the lions and to get in line with them, the two of the lions just turn their heads to look at you.
Damn.
Uh-oh.
I walk back with the horse and get up on it, and I prepare to charge.
Okay.
Okay.
I know it's not the best idea, but it's
Okay. So the rest of you still have your tokens on the bridge. Are you moving aside? You're seeing Sir Cecil kind of back up with his horse facing all of you right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I'm
leave the
running off
bridge.
the bridge.
Yeah. Helga and Otto see what's happening, and they just dive off the side into the bushes. Otto kind of reaches up, grabs Gustav by the legs, and kind of drags him over the rocks down into the bushes with him.
There's here. Jonathan is still standing on the bridge.
I got him.
Okay.
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 If you could please for me make an A dexterity check, please, Sir Cecil.
A dexterity
Yes.
attack.
Just check. This is going to be a competing dexterity against the lions to see who can kind of cut the other person off.
Would my mountain combatant feat help with that? If my mount is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a dexterity saving throw, only
It's
take
not a
half
saving
damage?
throw. It's just a check.
Okay. So just a regular d20, eh?
Just a regular d20, add your dex. And with a 4, as you come running up, the two lions way ahead of you see you coming, just boom, and it kind of hits you head on as you're running. It doesn't push you back, but it stops you, and you're almost thrown off the saddle.
Ah, damn it.
And
That's
they
quicker than I thought.
jump back into
Stone
place.
lions. A little
I-
help. Could somebody come act like the second person, please?
And I'm walking back
Okay.
across the bridge.
Okay.
I'm coming up to the horse, and I suggest that you stay on the horse, and I walk next to you, and we try to cross the bridge together.
Okay.
Excellent idea.
And it's a tight fit. Like, it is very narrow. The horse is almost pushing you off the edge, and but the two of you do manage to eventually find your way over the bridge and across to the other side.
Great.
We made it. And Gustav missed all the fun.
So let's go on.
Let's
Okay.
go north.
So the road turns and now follows the river for a bit, headed north. We are actually going to take a break at this point. And welcome back. So, when we last left off with our lovely people, we had left for the mythical town of Bremen, far to the north. Along the way, we ran into a Pegasus that had, after an interesting evening, flown straight into a tree. After helping the Pegasus a little bit, our merry band of adventurers came upon a Fenris, a lightning-based celestial beast that appeared in a flash of lightning, literally, before them, demanding that they prove their worth, prove their strength before moving on. Further down the road, they came across a bridge, barely wide enough to let two people pass, guarded by two what looked to be just statues. Eventually figuring out that they had to cross side by side with someone else to be allowed over the bridge. After discovering with Cecil Squire Gustav that walking across by yourself may not be the best idea.
An honest mishap.
That brings us to the next stage of our journey. It's now reaching 3-4 o'clock. And the road continues on. Is there anything you wish to do or discuss as we continue forward?
Can I let my raven fly ahead and look if there are any more strange creatures awaiting us in the future?
Sure. So as you give a quick instruction to the raven, and hops off your shoulder and takes off down the road. About another half hour passes, and the raven, you see him start coming back in, start circling and lands on your shoulder and kind of looks at you, and you see a flash of image of empty road for a while, and then the river does kind of a switchback. So you've been following along the left side of the river, And it hooks back around, so you'll have to cross again. There is a bridge up front that you do see kind of your raven familiar communicating with you, and it's not really language, but you understand what he's saying anyways. There's a old man just sitting in front of the bridge. He's still a bit of the way off.
Okay, yeah, my raven just told me that on the next bridge there's a suspicious old man awaiting us. Very suspicious.
Okay, and why do you think the man is suspicious?
You know, an old man sitting in front of the bridge, he can't be up for any good. I think he wants some money from us.
An old man. He might just be exhausted.
We will see.
By the way, what are you doing with Gustav right now?
He can hold on to me on the horse.
Okay. And you have Gustav sitting behind you, arms wrapped around. He's out against the back of your shoulder. This is nice. You start to feel just a little bit of wetness as the little drool from the corner of the mouth.
This is kind of disgusting. But there's no alternative for this now. He can clean it up later. So let's ride for that bridge, shall we?
Yes.
Okay. So as you go forward, about another hour passes. It's getting close to evening. Like the sun's starting to get across the sky. It's not quite setting yet, but it's getting later in the afternoon to early evening. You do eventually come to this next bit of river that the raven communicated with you. And there's a very narrow bridge. It's almost a fallen log more than anything else. One person at a time can go across. Looking at the river, and those of you that are used to the outdoors more, so Enya and Leandra, it doesn't look particularly fast. But you spot little places where there's a rock or something in the middle of the stream, and you notice how much water is pushing up against it. And it's moving really fast. Mm-hmm. And as you come up, there is in fact an older gentleman, just in plain clothes, interesting purple color, staff sitting next to him, sitting directly in front of the bridge, like in the entrance to it, so you wouldn't really be able to walk on it without pushing him out of the way. Just sits, legs crossed, kind of head bowed. Might even be asleep for all you know.
Okay, I say, good day, sir.
And he just kind of, without looking up, good day to you all.
Magnificent robe. I like the color. Who are you wearing?
I'm not wearing a person.
No, I mean, who made the dress, obviously.
You could say I did.
Oh, wow.
He still hasn't looked up yet.
How do you like my head?
And at this point, he looks up and opens his eyes, and they are just white.
Oh, my.
I'm sure it's lovely.
Can we help you with anything, sir?
No. But I may be able to help you. I assume you want to cross this bridge.
That would be nice.
You assume correctly.
You've traveled a long way, I assume, yes?
Nothing worth mentioning. Just travels.
All travels can serve a purpose. Tell me, what have you learned on your travels? What purpose have they served you?
Is this a test?
He just lets out a chuckle. Everything's a test. Life is a test.
Are you the wolf again?
He just lets out another little chuckle.
Not a very talkative fella.
Dark One. And even though he's sightless, he kind of turns his head towards Jonathan. Why are you here?
You know, I've had a great loss in the past. I've lost my family. And now I'm on my way to Bremen. And I hope to find there a man, he's called Grabat. And I hope that he can teach me how to maybe reunite with my family.
Oh, the reuniting will happen eventually. You know that.
Yeah, I hope it's sooner than later. And in this world, not in...
He just raises an eyebrow before you add that.
Gustav, have you heard
So
that?
if you wish to learn, what have you learned on your journey?
I've learned that to make it in this world, you have to be strong and you have to have good friends to carry on your path.
And how did you learn that?
We had some great teachers. We had a wolf, a horse, and 2 lions who were so kind to us to teach us these lessons.
And Sir Cecil.
Are you being honest right now, Jonathan? Like, do you actually believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And he still looking at you, though it's hard to tell with just pure white eyes. And may you find more teachers on your way. And he kind of scoots to the side and gestures for you to cross.
Oh, nice. Can I do like so I want to assess how safe this bridge is for me.
Sure, make a perception check.
Okay. Not persuasion.
Perception. Yeah. Ooh. 11. It looks like it'll hold your weight.
Okay, I try.
So as you take the step on it, the whole thing just kind of sinks for just a second.
Oh no.
But it holds, and you're able to cross across. Cross across.
I'm so lucky I didn't eat this turkey today.
And the old man looks up at Sir Cecil on his horse. You've been chatty. What did you learn on your journeys?
Not that it's any of your business, but I learned a great deal of things. For example, that on the road, there's always somebody that apparently you need to prove yourself to, like back in the castle, which is a bit odd. But I learned also not to be so reckless all the time.
What happens if you're reckless?
People get hurt. Look to Gustav.
And you just, like,
and
there's almost a bubble of spit.
The others, not to harm them.
And he kind of bows his head and scoots aside far enough for your horse to even cross. Are you going to cross?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So as
this
you
is
do,
the horse on the bridge.
I assume my cook and my herald can come too.
He just kind of looks at the two of them.
They depend on me, their livelihood, you know.
The two of them kind of, yeah. There's almost a sigh from the old man. Very well.
And
I may go too.
As soon as I cross the bridge, I whisper to Gustav, "See, Gustav, You just have to tell them what they want to hear.
Were you telling, were you actually being sincere, or were you just saying what you thought he wanted you to hear?
I think he realized that he was being sincere when he was coming up with it. He was just trying to tell the guy what he wants to hear, but there's truth in that. So
fair enough. Yeah. 2 more. 2 chances for lessons. What have you 2 learned?
So I step 1 step forward to the old man, and I'm saying that the biggest lesson for me on this travel is that overcoming these obstacles are much more easier in a group of friends than alone. And not only that, it's also much more fun to experience together with others.
Are these your friends now?
Yeah, I would call them friends. I mean, we managed to overcome a lot of challenges now, and I'm this kind of person. I'm feeling connected to people very fast.
And may you make more friends. He gets up and steps aside and lets you pass. And as soon as you get past him, he steps back into place. And you, Master Elf, you've studied so much. What have you learned on this journey?
I've learned things that not even the books that I studied in the library could have taught me. For once, I learned that even winged horses drink alcohol and get wasted.
He gives you a very quizzical look at that one. Well, I suppose I have learned something today, too. And he steps aside and lets you across.
Nice. Okay, already. That's great. Thank you, old man.
You're quite welcome.
I cross the bridge.
Safe travels now. And he resumes his position, seated, head bowed.
Good. So we walk further north.
I told you it's a suspicious old man.
Okay. So as you continue north, the road curves back up again, eventually taking you away from the river. Nighttime's starting to fall again. Off in the distance, as it's getting about time for you to set up camp, you see a old building. It's hard to tell exactly what it is from this distance, but something off in the distance that has lights on in the windows.
Oh, I hope it's a nice place where we can get some warm food and a nice warm bed. Shall we check it out?
Okay.
Yeah, it is getting late.
Let's check it out.
So as you get closer, you see what looks to be an old church of some sort. The building is stable and together, but you notice a lot of the window panes are cracked, and the finish on the outside has seen some time. It's seen some weather. The corners aren't as sharp as a newly placed stone would be. This has been here for a while. But you do see the front door. It seems to have the crack beneath it, lights coming out. The 2 windows either side of it. A warm light is coming out as night is falling around you.
Yeah, I think I would step up and knock on the door, if that's possible.
Okay.
Jonathan, I think we should be cautious, I say to him.
So as you get closer, Jonathan, and knock on the door, you hear something from inside. It sounds like chanting almost of some sort.
Chanting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but is it more like an religious chanting? Like,
Make a perception check for me, please.
okay.
13. Nice. Yeah. It is... You hear some words. It's hard to make out all of them, but you do hear the words hail. Hail, hail.
Okay.
Okay, and did I already knocked?
That's up to you. This sound would have caught your ear just as you got up to the door.
Yeah, I think I would knock like loud and clear and shouting something like, "Here are some travelers who need shelter for the night."
Okay. With that, I would like for you to place your tokens back here near the entrance to this place. And Sir Cecil, are you staying on your horse or are you going to dismount?
I will stay on my horse for now. But if we go in, I will of course dismount.
Okay.
So this is a house, yeah?
This is an old church, it looks like.
So yeah, there's no place for a horse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a horse would have a hard time getting through the doors. So, Max, if you could pull Jonathan's token over, please.
I don't. I
still having
can't do
troubles with it? Okay.
I did it for
There
you
it
now.
is. There we go. So you knock, and you would be, there we go. You'd be at the door. The sound that you're hearing stops. Just suddenly quiet.
Okay.
Sure whether that was a good idea. Maybe you interrupted them.
Okay. I take a step back and watch the door.
At this point, I get off my horse and I assist in the knocking process.
Sir Cecil comes up and again, boom, boom,
Hello!
boom.
Hello!
Come in if you're going to come in.
Please, after you, Sir Cecil.
So there is somebody at home after all. Not very polite and hospitable, but shall walk in. And my retainers are going to stay outside with the horse.
Yeah. Ooh, that's loud. There we go. So as you step in, you look and you see some sort of altar before you. And there are 3 acolytes around the outside of it in dark robes, and one in the middle in slightly more ornate versions of the same thing. And the one in the middle turns towards you.
Jonathan, are these friends of yours?
Are these friends of mine?
Welcome. We've heard... there's his voice. We were foretold of your coming.
Who foretold us of our coming?
That's odd.
The Mighty One said that you'd be coming. 4 travelers in the night to desecrate our altar.
Oh, what now? We just seek shelter for the night.
I'm sure you do. Still, we cannot allow that.
Say, we may not be holy people, but we sure not here to desecrate something. I assure you that.
Then what are you here for?
You know, it's dark and cold outside, and
That is
we're
not my
travelers.
concern. The world is dark and cold.
Okay, I'm very sorry. I was just trying to ask.
Now then, brothers, and he looks towards the others. Shall we prevent a prophecy?
Scary.
And if nobody else is going to do anything, I'm going to ask you to roll for initiative, please.
That means that it's going to be a fight?
Yes, that is exactly what that means. So, what happens? Like your skill checks, there is a skill called initiative. It's how quickly you can act. And that decides...
Oops.
There we go. And that decides the turn order in combat. So every round will go in initiative order. So whoever rolled the highest will go first, down to whoever rolled the lowest, and then you go all over again. So we have Alex. So Enya with a 19. Jesus. 19 is very good. Let's here. 12. Cecil is a 10. And Leandra with a 7. And Max with a 4. And let us switch to something slightly more appropriate music-wise. Away from creepy gothic. Maybe. There it is. Now then. So, again, for combat, you have 3 things that you can do. You can move up to your movement speed, which is 6 squares for most of you, except for Enya, it's 7. You have an action, which is usually an attack. There are some other things you can do with it too. You can double your movement. You can take kind of a defensive stance. You can play with stuff around the room, whatever. And you have a bonus action, which is a specific thing some of your skills will have. Most of you don't have anything for that yet. So, first up in initiative order is going to be Enya.
Okay, how far away are they in feet?
In feet. So every square is 5 feet. So the one closest to you right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 away for both of these, effectively. So 35.
Okay. Who of them is the leader of the group?
The leader's the one up on the altar, it seems.
Okay. So I take a couple of steps towards them.
Okay.
So I'm standing right behind Sir Cecil.
Okay.
And I'm conjuring up a large flame in my right hand.
Conjure flame. Okay.
And I'm throwing it at the leader of the group.
Cool. So make an attack roll with that, please.
Yes.
That's exactly like a skill check. It's D20 and add whatever's on your character sheet for that attack.
Where do I throw the D20? Sorry.
It should still be on your character sheet. If you click the spell that's Conjure Flame, it should do it for you.
I haven't seen it on my character sheet yet. I have my own little notes next to me. Sorry.
That's okay. You can also just use the D20 from the dice roller on the left side of your screen.
Okay. D20.
Mm-hmm.
One of it, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. 19. So you would add your spell attack bonus, which for you is a +5, I believe. 3. Yes, it is. So that would be a 24 total to hit. And you're aiming at the priest guy, correct? The main one?
At the main one, yeah.
Yes, that absolutely hits.
Nice.
So go for it. Roll
right,
whatever the damage is for that spell.
Sorry?
So whatever the damage listed for that spell is, you may go ahead and roll that. It's usually like a D8 or something like that.
1d8, yeah.
1d8. Okay, go for it.
1d8. Oh, 9.
Is that plus anything or just 1d8 flat?
How can I see if it's plus anything?
It would say on the spell itself.
It's not plus anything.
Okay, so yeah, just 1 point of damage. So it hits. But it just kind of barely grazes the top of the shoulder, and you see a little bit of singe from there. And
All right.
he just kind of looks at... Are you doing anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. That will bring us to the acolytes and the priest. So they are going to, first of all, step forward here. And he's going to kind of wave his hands in front of his face for just a second and cast Sacred Flame on Sir Cecil. So that would be a dexterity saving throw, please. Three. No. So that is 1d8 radiant damage. So 2 points of radiant damage as you're standing there and all of a sudden this like bright light just and the armor you're wearing suddenly gets really quite warm.
What the hell?
Second acolyte is going to turn around and do the same thing towards Sir Cecil as well. So another dexterity saving throw, please.
Is this how you treat every guest here?
Can I quickly run up to Sir Cecil, touch him, and give him resistance?
No.
Okay.
Not your turn.
It's that's an action to use that guidance spell. So that's yeah. So 17 dexterity save. So this time, kind of noticing one do the same kind of pattern of words and motions, you kind of step out of the way, and there's a brief blast of energy right next to where you were just standing.
You know what they say. Hit me with the flame once, shame on you.
And the last one is going to step up behind the other two and look towards Inya. Inya, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as well.
Let's see. Dexterity. Here we go.
Dexterity. 4. Dexterity saving throw. So it's the little column above skills.
So that was the wrong one?
Yes. So there's dexterity checks that function like the skill checks, like perception, survival, etc.
Yeah.
And then there are saving throws, which are technically different things. Some characters get bonuses to the saving throws. That's right. 6. Better than a 4. Still not enough. So, and you will take... Rolling dice. 1. So it's just 1 point of damage, though. There's another kind of burst of energy right in front of you, and it almost blinds you more than anything else. It's 1 point of radiant damage.
Okay. So do I have to add that to my character sheet? Temporary hit? No, current hit points?
So it would bring down your current HP. So instead of 11, you're now down to 10.
Yes. Okay. Here we go.
And then the last one. Ooh. Yeah. Is going to kind of look around and see what's going on. And will, again, start muttering, waving his hands, and just a giant version of kind of the ceremonial sword that's behind him appears floating in the air right here. And just takes a slice down at the armored and shining Sir Cecil. 4.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. But you... and raise your shield up, and it just glances off the side of it.
What did you roll? Because I'm still wearing the lance in 2 hands.
It was a 14.
Still need to beat a 16.
Yeah, I've kind of figured. So, yeah, he rolled a 9. So, yeah, it misses and glances off. And you see him... and he will back off a little further. Okay, that is their turn. That brings us to Cecil. Your turn.
Seeing as they are standing like in the middle of this altar room, is there like a chandelier above them, maybe?
No, what you see are kind of 2 bowls of fire on either side of that.
It's not the right angle. I would charge towards the nearest guy here.
Okay.
To this one. Doesn't work. Go like 10 feet.
Okay.
And attack with my lance.
Okay.
Because it has reach.
It has reach, yes.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Just a second. That's 2 less because I'm not on the horse anymore.
Right.
And I'm
It's a natural 1 anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Shit.
So yeah, so 1 rule for combat, natural 1s always miss. It doesn't matter what the total is, natural 1s will always miss. Natural 20s will always hit and do extra damage. It's called a critical miss and a critical hit. So that is a critical miss. It doesn't matter what the total is, the +2 doesn't matter, it misses automatically. So as you're coming up, you're kind of not used to holding the lance off the horse, and it throws you a little bit off balance, and you actually chink into the ground in front of the guy.
That is all.
Okay. Leandra, you're up.
Okay. So, does the persons there count as creatures?
They do, yes.
Okay, so I can do the hunter's mark.
You absolutely can. Which one are you doing a hunter's mark on?
Oops, sorry.
I think I want to do it on the main guy in the brown cloak, or is it too far?
I believe hunter's mark requires sight on the angle. I don't know why I'm leaning. Like that's going to change the angle that it shows up at.
Okay.
It's like playing Mario Kart and you do this. No, but the angle is such that he's out of your line of sight, so you can't cast hunter's mark. You can move first and do that.
Okay, so I can.
You would need to move essentially right there next to Cecil to be able to see him.
Okay, so I try that.
Okay.
So I'm first, and then the hunter's mark on
Okay.
this side.
Okay, and that just automatically works. There's no save for it.
And then I have 1 action
Yes.
left, right? So I try to shoot him with my bow.
Go for it. Shoot him.
With what? How do I do that?
So again, on the attacks option in the middle of your character sheet, there should be something that says a longbow. If you click on that, it will roll it for you.
Okay.
Beautiful. 22. Yes, that definitely hits. So you can roll the damage for that. I believe it's 1d8 plus 3.
1d8.
You can press on the one next to this.
What? Press the one next.
Never mind. Just.
Okay, d8.
Yes, please. 4, and it's plus 3 for that, so it's actually 7 points of damage. The plus 3 is coming from your dexterity because you're really good at like aiming and control, so you get a little bit of a bonus to damage on range stuff. That's 7 points of damage. Plus a d6 because of Hunter's Mark. So roll a d6 as well.
d6.
Oh, and 6 off of that. As you come around the corner and you just kind of mutter under your breath as you're turning the corner, and all of a sudden this, to your eyes anyways, he almost glows a little bit. Like you know exactly where he's standing, exactly where like the weak points are in his stance, and you just drill. He's trying to like hide behind his acolytes, and he just as the arrow just drills right deeply into the shoulder. Nice. Jonathan.
Yeah. I want to remind these people of their mortality with my spell Cause Fear.
Okay.
And I think I take the one like back to the one who got shot.
Okay.
So another one.
Yeah, I don't know if you have a line of sight. You can step behind Sir Cecil, and then you would have line of sight. So you need to move up there, but then you could.
Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. Can you do that for me?
Yep, I got you.
Oh.
Thanks.
Behind, not on. Everybody help! So yeah, and that is a wisdom saving throw, or what is that? Cause Fear. Yep. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, wisdom saving throw. So, yeah, he succeeds. It's a 15 plus something.
So he don't get reminded of his mortality.
Yeah. So he's there, and he's kind of the arrow, and No, you don't.
Fast.
All right, so that's your turn. That brings us back to the top. Enya.
Yes. So I move ahead, or
Okay.
like around Jonathan,
Okay.
but my avatar won't move.
Oh.
Anyways, I kind of like move around him, so I'm standing in the square right. Thank you. Right ahead of him,
Okay.
and then I should be able to see the main guy.
It's not
Nope.
really. He's at a weird angle from you there.
No, I mean if I do a diagonal across, like.
So where are you trying to end up? Up here?
Nope. One square to the right and one below.
So you can't share a square with somebody else. So you cannot be there right now.
Oh, am I sharing that square with someone?
Cecil's right here right now.
Okay. For some reason, I can't see him on my map. Sorry.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I didn't see that. Sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
In that case, I will just move next to Jonathan.
Okay.
And I can see one of the other guys, right? The one in front.
Yes, you can see the other three just fine.
Okay, cool. So I'll cast poison spray.
Nice. Poison spray has a range of 10 feet. So you would actually need to get in front of either Leandra or Cecil.
Okay, I'm getting in front of Cecil.
Okay, so you're right there.
Sure about that?
It's risky, but I want to cast the spell.
Okay. Which one are you targeting? The one right in front of you?
The one right in front of me.
Okay. And is that a Constitution save for them, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is a Constitution versus your spell. That is 11, which I don't believe works.
So it doesn't hit him?
No, he failed this save, so it works.
Oh, he failed the save.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Great. So now I have to throw 1d12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1d12 for damage. Come on.
5. There's 1, 2. Yep. So as you do that, he just covered in this like greenish liquid thing that just comes out of. It's just out of your fingers, out of your staff. How do you cast this?
Out of my palm.
Out of your palm, like face forward.
Yes.
And it's coated, and it's almost like Wicked Witch of the West, Wizard of Oz, as there's just, you see the skin start to boil, and it just collapses in front of you.
Nice.
You.
Okay, that ends your turn. That brings us to the priest, who all kind of look at this and go, ah! And they will, both of the ones that are right in front of you, are going to use Sacred Flame on you. So I would like you to make 2 dexterity saves.
All right. So I guess I'm in trouble now?
Well, you just kind of boiled alive one of their friends, so they are focusing on you now.
That's true.
17.
2.
One succeeds, one fails.
Okay.
So that will be a D8.
Of damage?
Yes. So I'll roll that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. Just 2 points of damage.
Okay, lucky.
Yeah. That could have been bad. Just 2 points of damage, and it hurts, but you're still up. The other priest. So the sword that's currently floating over Jonathan, they kind of see all of that happen. Yeah. And the sword's going to move up next to you, Enya. So the sword's now floating right there to the right of Enya.
Oh.
And it's going to take a swipe at you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely going to hit. 16 plus 5, so a 21 to hit. I think that beats your AC.
Damn it. Okay, can I do anything?
Nope.
Okay.
This one, it's like a sword hit. It just is what it is.
Okay.
Spiritual weapon, and that is 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier. So that will do a total of
Am I dead?
Nope. No, you're not. That'll do 4 points of damage. So he rolled minimum damage on that.
That's great. Lucky me.
So you're down to 4, but yeah.
Okay, but I have to get out of there.
And then he will, kind of looking at Leandra that just shot him, he's going to cast Guiding Bolt at you. So as that swing is coming down, you see him just kind of move his hands in kind of this weird pattern in front of him, and then shoots his palm forward, much like Enya did just a second ago. And there's a flash of light that streaks towards you and slams into your chest. It's an attack, I'm going to guess a 24 to hits you. That beats your AC.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means I have 14.
So AC of 14, so yeah, that will definitely hit. And that will do 4.
And I couldn't try to dodge something?
Because not all spells give you a chance to dodge. Some spells are an attack like shooting with a bow. Like, he didn't have a chance to dodge your arrow. It was just your attack. This functions the same way. So sometimes the rolls go really big, and sometimes the rolls go really low. They've been really low on India this whole time.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Leandra. Uh-oh.
So this was 5d6 damage. So this was a big spell. On average, that should be like 15, maybe 18. That was 26.
Oh, no.
Wow.
How much HP do you have?
I guess not enough.
Yeah.
That's 20.
Yeah, 20. So what happens at this point, when you go to 0, you are not dead. That is not how this works. You are merely unconscious right now.
Okay.
And you will start to take what are called death saving throws, meaning every time it comes back to your turn, you will roll a d20. On a 10 or higher, it's a success. 9 or lower is a failure. And you need 3 successes to stabilize, basically to stop dying. 3 failures, then you die. If anybody heals you in the meantime or uses an action and a med kit to stabilize you, it stops it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm sorry. Of the 5d6, it was 4, 6, 5, 6, 5. It was big. So that will end their turn, thankfully, and bring us to Cecil. So Leandra has just collapsed next to you.
I will. I'll muster all my strength and grip my lance really like tightly, and then I try to charge at the one in front of me and I say, "Out the way! I got this. Stay back and help her."
Okay.
And I'll charge to the guy standing next to the altar.
Okay. So
And I'll try to attack.
where are you moving to exactly?
All right, that is occupied. Eh?
Yeah. You can still technically reach from there or off at an angle. That's fine.
Yeah, if I go there, I will attack the one that's closest to me.
Okay. So that would be at disadvantage if you're using your lance, though.
Oh, that is correct. Never mind, scratch that. I will attack the other one then.
Okay. So lances have a thing called reach. So you can hit 2 squares away, but if something's right next to you, it's awkward and it's harder to hit. So
Does a 14 hit?
14 hits, yes.
So that's 8 piercing damage because I don't have my class feature.
So as you come up and you slam this, you catch him almost just under the ribs, and it's deep, and you pull it out. Oh! He's up, but he's very bleeding copiously now from there.
Can I drop my lance and equip my longsword and shield?
Yes, you can.
Okay, and then I also action search.
Okay, go for it.
And I'll attack the one next to me.
Okay.
To draw all the attention from those guys.
Go for it.
Thank you. come you can attack twice?
So fighters have a feature called Action Surge. So once per day, they can spend this. It's like a spell slot or something, and it lets them take a second action on their turn.
Nice. All right.
Unfortunately, that's a natural 1. So, so as you're kind of dropping and pull the sword out, you kind of fumble a little bit, and you don't get a clean swipe out of the scabbard. And he's able to just kind of back out of the way. That will bring us to Leandra. So, Leandra, I need you to roll a d20 for me, please. Mm-hmm. Just a straight d20, no modifiers. 3, so that is 1 failure.
Okay.
Shit.
You have time. It's as long as your healer is up, it's notoriously hard to actually die in D&D. It's doable. It's kind of hard. Especially compared to some other tabletop systems. Anyways, so that's your turn. Jonathan.
So using the healing kit on her would be an action. So
that would be your action, turn. Correct. Okay, so I need you to roll a medicine check, please.
Yeah, I do that, yeah.
7. You're fumbling around. It's hectic. Your adrenaline's going. Because it was hit with a spell blast, it's not even really clear exactly what the injury is, and you're not really able to stabilize anything yet.
Well, I can still pet her and say everything will be all right.
Yes, as you start just whispering nice things to her. Are you going to move or stay put?
I think I had to move to her to use this medical kit. Yeah, but I think I'm or maybe I just go next to her. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're already diagonally adjacent. Still counts as adjacent. So you're fine where you are. You don't have to move.
Okay.
That will bring us back to Inya.
Okay. So first of all, I have to retreat. So I'm walking back.
Okay.
Actually, even a little bit further, like there.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to heal Leandra.
Okay. With a medicine kit, or are you going to use Cure Wounds?
I'm going to use Cure Wounds.
Okay. You have to be in touch range for that, so you'll need to stop next to her to do that, but you can continue moving after. It's fine.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. So that is a D8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay, so can I just roll a D8 first?
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
9.
1, sorry. But the wisdom modifier is automatic, and I believe that's a +3 for you. So it's Leandra, you are back up at 4 hit points.
Okay.
As you kind of fly by and touch Inya on your way back to retreat a little bit, as a little pulse of warm light comes out of your hand and spreads over Leandra, and you just come to. You're lying on the floor, but you're awake now.
Okay.
Okay, and I go back one more square and end my round.
Okay. That will bring us to the Acolytes. The one next to Sir Cecil is going to take out a club and just try and bop you over the head. Nope. Nobody knows.
Ah, nice try.
He's almost like doing the cover the eyes and swing and hope thing, and it just bounces off your shield. The other one's kind of looking around and sees his leader over there bleeding, and he is going to run up to him and cast Cure Wounds on him. That was useful. So you see this like white light come out of his hands, and the bleeding from the arrow wound starts to slow down. That's them. Priest is up next.
We don't know their HP, right?
No, you do not.
Yeah, okay.
I will do things like describe them bleeding profusely, things like that, moving slower. So you'll get hints, descriptive hints from me, but I won't give you actual numbers. That's some DMs will. That's my personal style, as I don't tend to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the other priest kind of looking around, seeing what's going on. First of all, we'll move the big floaty sword one closer to Sir Cecil and try and whack him with it. 17 plus 5, I think, hits.
Yeah.
For, that would be 9 points of damage.
Ah, take it.
Yeah, as the sword. And yeah, you're the bigger threat right now. One more time. And starts waving his hands through the air in a pattern that Leandra knows very well. Says his hand forward and shoots another blast of light at you, Sir Cecil, which is a 14, which I think that's going to miss.
Yes, it does miss. I'm at 18.
Bring your shield up, and it slams into the shield hard. And you can actually see a slight dent on the other side of the shield from where the spell impacted.
Oh, you will pay for this with money.
But you're fine. As he's going to continue to retreat over into the corner. Cecil, you're up.
I'm up. Okay. Could I shove the one guy in front of me into the fire so that the fire tips over to the other guy?
The fire is kind of on a short pillar, so it's almost at head level to the guy. I mean, you could certainly try.
Okay, that's all I needed to hear.
You would need to move so that it's in a line, but yes, you could do that.
Yeah. So I move here, and then I'll shove him.
Yeah. So make an athletics check for me, please. I'm gonna do. Mm. 14. Yeah, he rolled a 1. So yeah, you successfully push him. Hits that. Let's do a quick little check. Okay. So yeah, you hit him, and his head just ka-dong. As he falls, he doesn't really take much damage, but it does kind of knock him off his feet, so he's now prone down on the ground. As the bull on top of here takes the impact and just topples over. And that guy's going to try and dance out of the way, the dexterity saving throw. Yeah, and he, as the fire spreads from it, he just kind of jumps almost up onto the altar as the coals spread underneath him.
And I would like to try to shake off the damage I sustained and use second wind.
Yeah, go for it. Fighters are fun.
What's second wind?
Second wind is another ability he can do once per day that lets him regain a little bit of hit points.
Nice.
Why doesn't it do it?
You'll have to just roll the d10 manually, unfortunately, I think.
Okay. Nice.
10.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, you're, I think, back to full health with that.
One off.
One off, okay. Okay. Leandra,
Okay.
you're at 4 HP and awake.
Mm-hmm. So I can use a medical kit on myself.
Medical kits don't heal, they just stabilize.
Okay.
So
I can,
it wouldn't really do anything.
okay. So I can just try to attack. Maybe. I'm still lying on the ground, right?
You can. It takes half of your movement to stand back up again, so it'd be 3 squares worth of movement to stand.
Okay. But I couldn't shoot the main priest from here, right?
You
Because
can. You just have line of sight off that, because you're on the diagonal. It
Okay.
just works.
Okay, so I try this.
Okay. And you don't have Hunter's Mark anymore. That went away when you went unconscious.
Wow.
It's a concentration spell, so you have to maintain conscious thought on it to keep it going.
Okay.
But you can still attack.
Yeah, I will do this.
Okay, go for it. 20 to hit. Oh yeah, that hits. D8 plus 3.
D8.
Mm-hmm. 5 plus 3 for 8 more points of damage. So this guy is slowly starting to resemble a pincushion. So you hit again, and this time you catch the other shoulder. So now he has 2 arrows sticking out almost on either side, making a matching set. And he's just like pinned not literally, but kind of pushed back against the wall. He's up, but he's not having a great evening. Are you going to move anywhere?
So I can move back a little bit?
You can. You can move up to 3 right now.
Okay, so I can go back here.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Cool. Jonathan.
Yes. Can I use this charm people thing in combat? Can I charm them?
You can, but they will have advantage on the save, meaning that they would get to roll twice and take the better of the 2.
Oh, Okay.
It's hard to charm somebody that you're actively trying to kill.
Yeah, I get this. Okay. Maybe I do like these Toll of the Dead.
Toll the Dead? Okay.
Yeah.
Which one?
The one who got these 2 arrows in his shoulders.
Okay, and that is a wisdom save, correct?
Wisdom saving throw.
You got it.
Yes.
No, that's a fail. You can roll damage for that.
So he takes 1d8, I think. Okay, so... Yes.
7 points of damage. So as you extend your hand and kind of whisper the incantation, none of the rest of you hear this, but you do see like the wounds around the arrows break just a little bit more, and the blood starts running a little bit faster. And you see from his ears, blood just starts to come out a little bit, and he's still standing. But he's now, like, against the wall, visibly shaken, like, slowly sliding down it.
Well, I just saw that it's written here, if the target is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes 1d12 necrotic damage.
Okay, roll the d12 instead.
Okay. Oh, man, if this is now less than the other one...
8.
Okay, yes.
Nice.
He had 8 HP left.
Oh.
Nice.
So, as you hit that, and the same thing happens, but as he's sliding down, you just also see the eyes roll in the back of the head, and he just slumps over.
Nice one. Take that, you unpolite fool. We just wanted to have a bed for the night. Look what you've done.
Yeah, you show him.
Inya!
Can I see one of the enemies from where I'm standing?
The further one, yes, you would be able to see.
Okay, the further one. But he's probably too far away to cast poison spray, right?
Poison spray is 10 feet, so that's 2 squares.
It's only 2 squares. It's dangerous. Okay.
Yep.
How about... Okay, I'll move in front of Jonathan.
Okay.
And I'm producing a flame and I'm throwing it at my enemy.
Okay.
Okay, what do I have to do again?
So produce flame is a attack roll, so it's a 1d20.
1d20.
Mm-hmm. And add your spellcasting modifier, which would be 5 for you. So it's a 9 total. So you pull the fireball up, and
is it 5? Is the modifier 5 or 3?
5. For attacks, it's 5. For damage healing modifiers, it's 3.
Okay.
The Y is what's called proficient at attacking, meaning that it's something you're trained at. You're good at doing it, so you get a little bit of extra bonus on top of that. You don't get that for everything, but attacks you generally do. So that's a 9 to hit. You throw the fire, and he's already kind of on the ground, so he just ducks, and there's a splash of fire across the column that's scorched black now. Misses.
Okay.
Okay. That brings us to them. Who... Oh, dear. Yeah, the one in front of Cecil is going to continue to swing wildly with the club and hope for the best. And still miss completely. The other one kind of seeing his leader go down and everything else happening, just... and touches himself and casts Cure Wounds on himself. For... That's better. 9. Okay. And he's... The wound from where he got stabbed with the spear earlier, kind of seals up and stops bleeding. And he just starts booking it. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6. He's making a break for it. And that is their go. So that brings us to Cecil.
The guy in front of me who just attacked me, I didn't notice him standing up.
Yeah, he's still on the ground. He's just swinging wildly. He's in a blind state of panic right now.
I'll just laugh at him and I pick up a javelin and I huck it towards the fleeing guy.
Okay, go for it.
Need to equip it first. Do you know what?
Javelin would just be your basic melee attack. If you just want to roll a d20.
Oh, come on, the third time in a row.
And yet another natural 1 for Sir Cecil. As he chucks the javelin, it's not even close. It flies over the guy's head and crashes out the window into the night.
The next one will hit. Freeze.
Okay. Are you moving or staying put?
I'm staying put.
Okay. Leandra.
Okay, so maybe I just... I'm not that healed, but but YOLO, I'm going back into the front.
And the great high fantasy traditional battle cry, YOLO.
But if I'm standing here, I can't hit the one in front of Sir Cersei, right? Or is it?
You can, yes, that's fine. You can't hit the one running, but you can hit the one that's kind of on the ground.
Yeah, okay. Then
hitting creatures that are prone, though, that are lying down, which he technically is right now, is at disadvantage for ranged attacks.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So you still can do that, just be aware of that.
Okay. Yeah, I still do that.
Okay, go for it. So disadvantage means we take the lower of those two, but that's still a 21 because you rolled a 14 and a 17. So plus 7. So yeah, the 21 definitely hits. Roll damage for that, please.
D8 was it, right?
Yep. Oh! And just in anger and frustration and pain, you just drill. And it just goes into, like, the neck and he is then frozen and stuck in place there.
Good. So, can I move back or?
You can.
I can. So I just move back again.
Yeah, you're allowed to split your movement, so you can move, do something, and then finish your movement. Okay, that brings us to Jonathan.
Yeah. Do we really need to kill this last poor fella? I mean, he's fleeing. I don't know. I mean, if we kill him, we can't. We don't know what's going on here. Can we try to make him like catching or making unconscious?
With a melee attack only. So spells, ranged attacks, you cannot do this with. But with a melee attack, you can choose to do non-lethal damage. So if you hit with a melee and reduce them to 0, you can choose to knock them out instead of kill them.
Okay. So maybe I just walk my 6 squares to him.
Okay.
And say something
1, 2, 3,
like
4, 5. Yep, and you can get right behind him and do that.
maybe I try to talk to him. Hey man, give up. It's over. Don't be a fool like your friend.
You can use your charisma.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Because normally this would be intimidation, but you're so calm about it.
Persuade.
18. Okay. You won't know what that does until it gets back to their turn. Inya.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
He ran around the corner. Mm-hmm. You probably didn't make out perfectly clear what he said, but you know he said something to the acolyte.
You can heal me, can't you?
As the Andra behind you. Ow!
Should I though? Should I? All right. I'll actually heal Leandra one more time.
Okay, so step back so you can be in touch range.
Yes. Here we go.
And D8, please.
D8. Is that for... Yeah, I don't have to do an ability check or anything, right? Okay.
5 plus 3, so that's 8 points of restored HP to you, Leandra. So you're up to 12 now, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. But I'm out of spell slots, right, for today?
That would be 3, I believe, yes, because that's 2 Cure Wounds and the Speak with Animals earlier.
Yes, okay. I'll just poison my enemies from now on.
You still have 4 more squares of movement if you wish to take them.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
No, actually, I will go here.
Okay.
Yes.
So as the acolyte's running away, here's Jonathan behind, just turns his head and sees this tall, dark figure with a raven perched on his shoulder, very calmly telling him to just give up. Okay, just don't turn me into a puddle of goo like you did him. That was really scary. Please.
Sure.
And that is all he's going to do.
Okay, so
that's all he's going to do. If you guys all pass your turns without attacking him, we'll exit combat at this point. Cecil, do you want to do anything?
Otto! I need refreshments. Otto!
And you just see a head poke through the door next to Leandra. Is it safe? And looks over and sees kind of the blood-covered Leandra and steps back out of the door again. So that's you. Leandra, are you going to do anything?
I think we exit the combat, right?
If you all pass and without attacking him, yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Okay. Jonathan?
Yeah. I mean, it was my idea. Yeah, I just.
Hey, necromancer do what a necromancer do.
We won't transform you into goo. Just have a nice chat, please.
Okay. And Inya?
I'm just saying I hope we won't regret this, and I pass.
Okay. So it comes back to him. Gonna exit combat at this point, so you can do what you wish. You've now got an acolyte. He's kind of dropped his club, and he's just kind of standing there, staring wide-eyed at you all.
Okay. So you wanted to search for a warm bed?
Yeah, we are travelers in need of a warm bed. What's your plan here?
Take all the beds. I don't care. Just let me go.
Shall we let him go? Sir Cecil, you are...
He's nodding his head very aggressively.
Not so fast. He's our prisoner.
Oh.
I have to
He can
agree
prove useful. He can help Otto in the kitchen to prepare for the meal.
Yes, I am a really good cook. I can cook for you all. I can do that.
Will you willingly be my servant in exchange for sparing your life?
I mean,
don't worry, you will have a very good life. Just ask Otto and
sure.
Helga.
That sounds like a good trade. Yes.
What is your name?
My name is Beaufort.
Beaufort.
Yes.
Bo is okay.
And he kind of looks at the bodies of his 3 companions that are on the floor still. Yeah. Anything you say, sir. Anything.
All right. Bo, grab a knife and...
Okay, I have one here. And he actually pulls out a dagger
Go to the kitchen
from...
and start already with peeling the potatoes.
And you kind of see the gears turning like, what the hell just happened? And he starts kind of just walking off in a daze, kind of backing up, not really turning from you, and then steps through the door there.
Good. Then...
Otto, I think you need to follow him. I don't trust him yet.
And Otto comes in and looks at everything. So, sir, Otto, not Gustav. You want me to go with the person that attacked you and led to all this on my own?
Yes, he's quite weak. Just scream if there's a problem. He's your aide now. He will help you in the kitchen.
And without a word, he just kind of pales a little bit and starts walking off. And at that point, Helga comes in with a kind of half-conscious Gustav on the shoulder. Gustav.
Gustav, you missed so much fun.
Did we win?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I knew you would.
I never doubted us.
I didn't either. And Helga starts recording like the exact positions of all the bodies, starts sketching the corpses. Kind of a weird, macabre moment.
All right, friends, shall we rest and have a meal together, share some wine, share some stories? What say you?
Celebrate the battle that we won.
Gustav, are you already strong enough to do some work, some light work?
Anything for you, sir.
Look if those creatures have anything useful with them.
Yes, sir. And he like half hobbles over to the first acolyte and kind of leans down, and kind of lands on his side. I'm okay. And kneels and starts going through his stuff. You don't seem to have a whole lot, sir. Just some books. And some weird things. And he pulls out what you recognize as probably a symbol of some sort, maybe religious, but not one that you particularly recognize immediately.
This is all rubbish. Maybe my friends
I
would
take the
like
books,
to have a look.
please.
Okay, so Jonathan, you come up and start gathering some of the books. And you actually would recognize the holy symbol with your field of expertise. It's to a god named Kalimvor, that is a god of death and destruction. It's not a nice thing.
Okay. So I think I want to put these books to my personal library. I think I already got one book.
Yep. And what you see is essentially a religious text towards Kalimvor. The glory of Kalimvor, death shall take us all. The usual. You've seen very similar text before.
Okay. Yeah, I tell the others about this. about this cult. Oh, and then I want to look if there are any bats in this nice hostel.
Any bats? Yeah, make a perception check. Actually, investigation. You're looking for something specific.
And I also want to look at this sword. This looks suspicious.
Okay. So first for the bats. So 2 investigation checks, please.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. So the first one for the bats. You go around. There don't seem to be any bats that you can see immediately. You actually do go around the whole church, and it seems to be. It's not the biggest church in the world, but it's as old as it is. It's at least airtight. So you're wandering around, you find some kitchens that the guy and Otto have gone to work in. The mirroring chamber on the other side has some bedrolls, 4 of them just laid out in front of the fireplace. The 2 rooms behind you seem to be some sort of storage. One of them's a storage. One of them has like a water trough that may have been used for rituals at some point. You don't really know. Beyond that, the place is relatively empty, including of bats. As you go up to the sword, finishing your round, taking a look at it, it's an interesting sword. It is a basic longsword, but it has what looks to be black runes marked on it. And kind of taking your finger and poking at it, you find that it is just a basic longsword. The runes were just etched on there with like a bit of charcoal.
Oh, okay. So, Cecil, do you need another sword for your...
One can never have too many swords, what my father used to say.
Okay.
Give me that.
Yeah, I hand the sword to Sir Cecil.
Okay.
I don't recognize those runes, but it's kind of well balanced. I like it.
Okay.
I hope it's not cursed.
And with that, I need you to make a charisma save. No, just kidding. Leandra and Inya, what are you 2 doing?
I'm walking up to Cecil and I'm asking if I can inspect the runes on the sword.
Okay.
Oh yes, certainly.
Thank you. I'll have a look.
Okay.
Can I identify them?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Primordial.
Okay.
I speak Elvish. I speak Common, the Common Tongue. I don't know. There's another language, but I forgot about it.
Do you speak Infernal? Is a better question.
No, I don't speak Infernal.
No, you look at it, you don't recognize the script at all.
Okay.
Okay.
I hand the sword back to Cecil. Well, unfortunately, I can't read it.
Maybe it's just decorative.
Maybe.
What could go wrong?
Can't Jonathan use his history knowledge to find out what maybe is, or religion knowledge? I don't have any, or not so much.
If he speaks Infernal, which I can check for.
Where was this written with the languages?
So on your character sheet, it is with... where is it on that one?
Infernal, yeah.
Yeah, you do. So you actually look at it. And looking at it, you read, translates roughly to Imvor shall devour all. And you see that where you smudged is probably the K for Kalimbor.
Okay, so I try to rub the runes off with a bit of my clothes.
It's easy enough, and it doesn't even show because it's charcoal on a black cloak.
And after that, I hand it to Sir Cecil and say, yeah, it was nothing.
I thought so.
Okay.
It's just a regular longsword?
Yeah,
or?
it's just a basic longsword.
Okay.
So shall we rest here for the night?
This, seems like a good place. It has a kitchen.
Some dead
And a
bodies.
fireplace.
I think we should probably restrain our prisoner when we go to
No,
sleep.
I think it's fine. Otto will look after
Are you
him.
sure?
Yeah, he belongs to me now.
Okay, it's your responsibility then.
I'm not saying that he's, I'm not implying anything, but I'll show some mercy, and he deserves a second chance. And in turn, he will maybe find employment in my father's kingdom and see if he can be of use. Everybody's should have a chance of redemption. At least that's what they say. So I tried to act like it. So.
Okay. So eventually, after playing with the sword for a bit, Otto pokes his head out. Hey, food's ready. You go in, and he and Beaufort have managed to put something together. They had a bit of a supply in the pantry. It's a simple but good basic soup with potatoes and some other wild onions, wild garlic, things like that in it as well. Finish your meal. You go to bed for the evening, maybe in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
The servants, knowing how this works, stay in the kitchen and huddle around the fireplace there for warmth. And eventually you all drift off to sleep for the night. With that, this is an optional stopping point, and we are past 8 o'clock at this point. So we can do the one last encounter past this as a bonus if you wish to keep going, or we can simply end here.
I wouldn't mind to keep going, but
Okay.
up to you guys.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay. Cool. So you wake up, or as you are sleeping, and I need to put the retainers in. Also, start the music again, because apparently that stopped. It's like it's really quiet. There we go.
Oh no, I'm double.
It's okay. You should be able to just delete one of them. But go ahead and set yourselves in that room off to the side.
I can just move the one that I put on there. So if I put this on, then someone else can delete my other one.
Done.
Yeah, thanks.
As Helga and sorry, that was Otto, Gustav, and Helga.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, but I'm sort of a snorer in the night.
I noticed.
So middle of the night, you're all trying to sleep, and you just hear.
I'm laying half awake, a little bit annoyed by his snoring.
You're an elf, right?
I only have to sleep 4 hours or something?
Yes, that's correct.
Like sort of like a semi-sleep, like a trance.
So I don't even need to sleep. Okay, that's handy. So I'm not even like laying down. I'm just sitting in like a meditative posture or something.
I think you would be even more annoyed as an elf by then.
So I'm still annoyed.
Okay.
But I don't say anything. I just try to, not notice it.
Okay. So as you are sleeping, there's a and through the windows land here and here vials that as they land, there's a and they explode in flame, waking all of you immediately. And Sir Cecil, as the one closest, I would like for you to make a dexterity save at disadvantage, please, because
I'm asleep?
Mostly asleep, yes.
No, Mom. 5 minutes.
So that's like a Molotov cocktail kind
Essentially.
of thing?
It's called Alchemist Fire in D&D, but yeah, it's a Molotov cocktail.
All right.
11.
Okay. Real quickly, you do get a long rest. So the way long rests work is, number one, you recover all of your spell slots. And you also recover, for this game at least, we're going to recover back to full HP.
Yippee.
So you reset back to full on everything. So that's that. And you take... so as you're sleeping, some of this potion chemical thing just lands right on your chest and starts burning away through before you're able to kind of roll out of the way and pass it out. And does 6 points of fire damage.
Get it off, get it off.
Cecil, okay.
On Cecil, yeah. As the rest of you immediately bolt awake, and you just hear from outside the front door, "Usurpers! Come out and face me!"
Who?
Pardon?
And as you are slowly waking up, first of all, you hear from the other side of the building, actually, he left, the three servants, "Ah!" And they all are huddling back towards the corner. And you hear a bang as the front door opens.
The front door to the church.
Yeah, the one you guys came through.
Okay. Is fire blocking us to exit the room?
No, it goes out of it pretty quickly. It's like a brief explosion, then it goes down.
Okay. Then I jump up from my meditative posture, and I tell everyone that we're being ambushed and that we need to go face our enemy.
Okay.
This needs cleaning.
Okay.
I grab my chainmail and my shield, my sword, and my lance.
Okay. Were you wearing your chainmail to bed?
I wasn't. I'm grabbing it and I try to get it on. It's like a minute. Oh no, it's heavy armor. It's 10 minutes.
Yeah, it takes a long time to put on.
Never mind. I'm not wearing it.
Okay, so you're going armorless for right now.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you, as you step out, you see it coming around the corner. Following. First thing that you see is a bunch of figures in black clothes flanking. Whoop. There we are. Flanking a guy in red robes coming around the corner. And as they're coming around the corner, one of them, the one in front, raises his hand and you see another potion vial in it. And I need us to roll initiative, please.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Right.
You're being ambushed.
Damn it. Initiative.
Actually, I wanted to do this prestidigitation to buy time for us, but it
What did you want to do to try and buy time?
Like some something like dust or smoky dust thing in front of them.
Prestidigitation is a very small spell, so there might be like a little poof of smoke, but it's not like a fog cloud that comes in.
Okay.
Also, feel free, and whenever a DM's giving a description of something, you're always welcome to jump in if your character would be doing something.
Okay.
It's always, it's not bad manners to interrupt the DM.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. If it's too small, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I
so.
really wouldn't do much.
Okay.
Okay. So, Jonathan, I still need... Oh, no. Mine's the one. There we go. 20 again for you. Jeez. So, Leandra. It's a 20. 19. And then John... Nope. And yeah, 17. Cecil at 14. And finally, Jonathan at 2.
maybe a little bit slow.
And actually, one of them...
Not a morning person.
No.
Two of them would be heading the other direction. As they come in, they split. So that makes no sense for them to magically know where you guys are.
Okay.
Okay. With that, first up, Leandra.
Good. So I'm fully healed now.
Yes.
That's why I'm going. Can I see them from here, or do I have to go?
You cannot. So the only opening is that entryway right there. The rest is a wall.
So I can go here.
You can go there and kind of look around and see everyone except for that guy.
Okay, so I can have a look first, how they look, or kind of weapon they have, or yeah. So do I have to do something like a perception, or?
No, you can just look around and see.
Okay, so how do they look like?
It's kind of what I described. The three of them in black are wearing kind of matching, kind of pulled together clothes, not really armor per se. And they're each holding a kind of scimitar in one hand, and most of them still have another vial in one hand. The other one has a dagger in one hand and some symbol that you don't recognize in the other one.
The one with in the red robe.
Yeah, the one in the red robe has a dagger and then kind of some sort of symbol in his hand.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe he looks like the main person again because he looks different to the others. Okay, so I can do my nice hunter's mark on the one with the red cloth. And then I have to step one step, I think, further to try to...
Yeah,
to
the angle's a little steep to shoot from there.
Okay. So then I shoot with my bow.
19, which will definitely hit. So that's a D8, a D6 for Hunter's Mark, plus 3.
D8 and...
So 1. Oh! 5 points of damage. Wah, wah. So as you shoot, and it does kind of graze the side of his arm, and you see some blood start to trickle down, but it didn't... It's not as solid as a hit as you pulled off last night.
Okay. But I have some movements left, I think.
Yes.
So I go back then.
Okay. Cool. And that will bring us to their turn. So this one in front will step forward and will chuck his vial in kind of at the foot in the middle of all four of you.
Oh.
So I need all four of you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
Not initiative?
No, this is dexterity saving throw.
Saving throw, okay.
So 15 for Jonathan, 19 for Leandra, 13 for Inya, all rolling really well on this, and 10 for... No, that was the last one. Oh, that was the right one. 10 for Cecil. So most of you kind of see this coming in, and you're able to kind of step out of the way a bit, except for Cecil, who's the closest and doesn't have quite as much time to react. And it rolled a 6 again. So Cecil will take 6 points of fire damage as it lands, and the burning chemicals splash up onto your legs.
Oh, damn it.
Oops.
How many HP do you have left?
You don't know that?
Nope.
I don't know that. Okay.
He looks okay, but definitely has some big burn marks across him right now. You can say that much. Okay. And that... Go to the other two fanatics, who will run the other way, and will chuck a cocktail in at the servants.
Oh no, the servants.
I need you to make a dexterity save for them, please. Cecil.
Collective.
Yeah, just do one collective one.
Do they have any modifier? No, right?
Two. As they're all huddled in the corner, they've given themselves no real place to move, and it just hits and splashes.
Where's Bo? Oh.
We should have restrained him.
And it just, you hear screams coming from the kitchen area. And this last one is going to take his assigned rat too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll get that far. And he's drawing his scimitar ready to charge the 3 of them. Last one is going to step up. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And he is... Actually, he's going to stay right there. And a giant, just big old nasty club with runes along it that actually look very similar to the runes that were on the sword shows up in the air in the middle of that doorway. You can still pass by it, but it's just kind of floating in the air there. And that will be his turn. Okay. That's them. That brings us to Inya.
Okay. So is there any other way out of the room than...
Yeah, there's the other door, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a... As you
go
were...
to the kitchen.
in the back?
There's a passage that goes between the kitchen and where you guys were sleeping.
I'm not sure if it is wise for me to go there alone, though, but... What to do? First, I'll cure Cecil. I'll try to cure Cecil. Okay. So I'll just throw 1d8, yeah?
Yep, 1d8 plus 3.
9.
Hey, that's still 4 points. That is still 4 points of damage.
Okay. I'm sorry I couldn't heal you any better, Cecil, but I tried my best.
I already feel a bit better. Thank you very much. Thanks for trying.
I'm not dead yet.
And now, should I stay or should I go?
Should I say or should I go now?
Actually, I will run towards the kitchen.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. And that brings us to Cecil.
Yeah, I will book it towards the kitchen as well, since I heard everybody screaming.
Okay.
So I assume there's something going on there.
Okay.
That's 60 foot, right?
If you do your double move, yes.
So 10, 20, 30. And I burst through the door.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you can see your 3 retainers are all just frantically like trying to pat out little fires that have started eating away at them. And like stamping on the ground where some of the chemicals are burning there. I'm going to have your retainers move on your turn. And they are going to see them come through, see you go through that way, and all run to hide behind you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're going to go there, see Inya on the other side, and just go, we're going to wait here. Just for mechanics rules, you can move past friendly allies without any penalty. So Inya, you can move past them without any issues.
Right.
So that is going to be them, unless you have a bonus action to do, Cecil?
Not yet.
Okay. That will bring us to Jonathan.
Yeah, I think I like to cast this mage armor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that bumps your
This
AC up
one?
to 13.
And then I think I want to head in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like standing here.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. And that will bring us to Leandra.
So,
Come in.
yeah, don't want to stand here alone. So that's why I go there too. So 1. So this counts 1 or 2?
No, that's 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting. Their
Yeah.
turn.
I'm also not sure whether that's good.
So the flying club starts 1, 2, 3, 4, floats into the room and ends up here. As the red robe guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, will get that far. And you guys don't see that? Okay.
I really hope he doesn't have lightning bolt or something.
This is a level 2 campaign. I'm not trying to... Well, I'm not really trying to kill you much. Okay. So that's his turn. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can just get there and was going to take a swipe at Leandra with his scimitar. It's going to miss completely. That's a 6 to hit. The other 2 on this side are going to run up to Sir Cecil. That's now blocking the door, and both are going to take a swipe at you as well. That will be... God damn it. Yep, that's a 12 and a 9. So even without your armor, that both of them, you just bat them away with your shield.
Yeah, with my shield I have 14.
Okay. So, that was an uneventful turn for them. Enya.
All right, can I cast something past my allies?
Generally, yes. What do you want to cast?
What do I want to cast? I think I want to cast poison spray on the guy who's coming in from the right side.
He is 15 feet away, so he is just out of range.
Oh, I have to be 10 feet,
Yeah,
right?
and your allies are blocking that position, so you can't really
So
get
that
there.
doesn't work. Okay, then I conjure up a flame and I throw the flame at him.
Go for it. Make an attack roll.
Yes. Come on. Okay.
No.
No?
And
Oh, wait, that was the D8 for...
oh, that's a D8. Yeah, no,
The
that doesn't.
So I can roll a D20
Do
for
roll a
the attack?
D20 for the attack, please. Yes.
Sorry.
That's fine. It happens a lot.
Yes.
18. Yeah, that's a lot better. 23. That's going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage for that, please.
Nice. Okay. 1d8. 9. Okay.
Okay. So you hit him, and there's a huge scorch mark, and he's kind of... but he's still standing and still right there.
All right. I use the rest of my turn to turn around and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares
Okay.
to the left.
Cool. Cecil.
Who dares to enter a church uninvited and... Wait a minute. Okay. I draw my longsword and I wail on the first one.
I feel like Sir Cecil's really learning self-reflection on this journey.
Yeah.
Ooh. 8. 20 to hit. Sorry, I was reading the wrong number. Yeah, 20 is definitely going to hit for 8 points of damage. Damage. The one right in front of you, correct?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you just... whoom, and a huge gash opens up across the front of his chest, and he just looks down at it, almost in shock, before just collapsing backwards.
And action surge.
Nice.
And sort of like with the backhand.
Oh man.
For
I'll just-
13 points of damage. Jesus. You monster. As you just turn around and whoop, whoop, and the other one's almost like a mirror image opens up and he just goes down.
How dare you?
They had 8 and 13 HP respectively.
A good horse jumps as high as it must.
Damn you. Okay, so you still have your movement if you wish.
Yeah, I'll go here.
Okay.
To see like if
There's-
there's something else going on.
You see nobody out front anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. So yeah,
Yep.
that's my turn.
Cool. And that brings us to Jonathan.
Yeah. Okay, so I try this one now. I want to cast this Ray of Sickness
Okay, 22 to hit. That definitely hits.
on this guy in front of Leandra. Okay, so they say it's like 2d8 damage.
Oh, yeah, that. Go for it.
Sick.
8 points of damage as you cast this from your front of your hand, and you see him, and he just looks pale and then green, and you don't see a lot, but just internally everything just shuts down, and he just collapses straight down to the floor.
Nice.
Good.
Oh.
Okay, can I also push Leandra back in the back of me? So I don't want her to stand in the front.
If she's willing, you can, yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah. If she doesn't resist you, yeah, you can use your movement to pull her around.
Okay, so I do that and then I stand there.
Okay. That brings us to, actually, Leandra.
Yeah. Okay, so...
You don't see anything right now. From your angle, you have no idea where anybody else is.
Yep. So I go to the... yes, I go in front again.
Okay.
And then you can see this guy there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can.
And
And...
there's this club, you know?
Mm-hmm. And you see a giant club floating in the air right there.
What's that?
You don't know. It's just a giant club floating in the air with 3 runes on the side of it.
Sorry to interject. She knows exactly where the guy is if she has Hunter's Mark on him.
Right, you did cast Hunter's Mark. So yeah, you would know exactly where he is.
So
Thank you, Patrick.
Okay. So I can still try to shoot him.
Yes, you can.
Okay. So
You would still have to move there anyways to shoot, but you didn't know where he was in advance.
Okay. Then...
Crit!
Oh, okay. So what happens on a critical is that you get to roll double the dice. So instead of 1d8, you roll 2d8.
Okay.
And this applies to the Hunter's Mark as well. So instead of 1d6, you roll 2d6.
Ooh.
So it's 2d8 plus 2d6 plus 3.
So do I have to click the 2 just right?
Yes, that will do that. Oh, 3. So 2d6 happens. 4. So that's 7 plus 3. So that's 10 points of damage off that. As it happens sometimes. As you know where he is in your head because of the Hunter's Mark. You have that connection to him. So you just turn, poof, and he's surprised. He did not expect you to come out of nowhere like that. And where the last one just grazed, this one catches him almost dead center on the chest. It doesn't look like it went super deep, but it was enough to hurt.
Right. So then I think I maybe step back again.
Okay.
Was
2,
one,
3. So you have 3 more movement.
1, 2, 3. So I go back.
Exactly where you were. Okay.
Okay.
And with that, he is going to step forward one. That massive club will come forward and stop right in front of Jonathan and take a swing down. Yeah, that's going to hit. I'm going to guess a 22 hits your AC.
Yeah, I had this 13 now.
Yeah, So that 22 is going to hit. And that does 1d8 plus modifier. It does 9 points of damage as the club comes in and just poof, off the top of your head. You're stunned for a moment.
Okay.
So you take a heavy hit across your head. Yes, that's down to 5. Cool. And then he will step up. Yeah. So he's going to step up again and kind of see Leandra hiding behind Jonathan. You're not going to do that again. And he's going to cast Hold Person on you. So I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
But where... but he couldn't know that I was there.
He saw you run back into that hallway.
Okay. Okay, wisdom. You said wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
16. So you feel kind of this odd sensation as your joints start locking up. And you're just for a moment not able to move anything. Your arms aren't responding to you. And you're able to just, with the force of will, push the influence out of your head and shake it off. You see him. And he's cursing as he steps back again. Okay. And that's going to be his turn. And yeah.
All right. Okay. Can I, if I'm not attacking, can I run twice as much? No. That's just something the warrior
Yes,
can do?
that is fine. You can double move.
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at something else.
No worries. And if I transform into a wolf, is he faster than an elf, or?
Patrick, do you remember wolf stats?
It's an action though, unless you're a moon druid. Are you a moon druid?
No, land. So you can transform into a wolf, but that is your action. So you'd get your normal movement, which I think for a wolf is 40, so it's a little bit faster.
40 or 30. Let me look at it.
We'll say 40 for right now. So you can use your action to transform and then move 40. So that'd be 8 squares.
Yeah, it's 40.
But that's still not as much as if I would double move, right?
Correct.
Okay. In that case, I will double move.
Okay, go for it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Nice. Cool. I'll go around the back way. Going around the back. Cecil.
I would probably follow behind, knowing that he just passed the hallways and doors that I wanted to check, and there's nothing that prompted him to stop. So I'll dash as well.
Okay.
$16.
Okay. So you get there and you can kind of see through the angle on the door that he's there. Kind of half hidden behind the wall. Okay. That brings us to Jonathan.
Yeah, I think I cast this Force Life.
Okay.
I don't want to die here. So,
it's a D4 plus 3, I believe, for you.
So I don't have to roll if I can do it.
Nope, it just automatically happens.
Okay. So 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I just get 6 hit points.
Yes, that's correct.
Nice.
Yeah, anything that you cast on a willing creature, you don't generally have to roll to try to do. It just works.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. So, I don't know. So in front of me is this big club.
Yeah, it's just hanging in the air in front of you.
Nasty. I don't know. I think I just stand there and take the next hit and protect the archer.
Okay. And with that, we come to Leandra.
Okay, so maybe. So this club is somehow floating.
Yes, you can move past it.
Okay, so I try to move past it,
Mm-hmm.
room back, the room at the fireplace.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Okay. And then here.
Okay.
And then I try to shoot this person again.
Okay. Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Yep. 18 hits.
Okay, and then D6
uh,
and 8, right?
D6 and D8. Yep. 3, 10 plus 3 is 13. How would you like to do this? So, you get the kill. So, I like to, as a DM, kind of follow in the footsteps of others like Matt Mercer. How would you like to end this battle? It can be as poetic and narrative as you like. Don't worry about mechanics.
Okay. So,
Headshot.
Good.
so I'm running in this room and jump there,
Mm-hmm.
draw my bow, and maybe do a nice rolling move.
Nice.
And then shoot him directly in his chest.
Nice. So yeah, you come bursting out of the hallway, do like a jump diving roll, coming up in a crouch position, and just it lands right through the chest. And actually, this time literally pins him to the wall, and you kind of see him sag against the arrow that's now stuck into the wall behind him.
Okay.
Successor clips. Bravo. Impressive.
Well done.
Impressive.
And the club, is this club now gone or?
Is it still there?
Yeah, so as soon as he goes, it just dissipates into seemingly nothing.
Ah, well.
And with that,
Great.
you have kept this place that you have taken to decide whether to continue your journey onto Bremen, to make this your new home for your weird little group, or to simply rest before doing something completely different. But that is a journey for another story, and we are going to end here for tonight. Thank you all very, very much. Very well done. And that is Dungeons and Dragons. So what'd you guys think of it? Either the game itself, this particular story. What'd you think?
It was really a lot of fun. Thank you very much for setting everything up and explaining everything to us. And actually, I would try one more time somehow.
Yes. Join us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. I also want to thank you. I mean, it's really nice that you put so much effort for us to have a fun night. Yeah, you did this really nice, and I enjoyed the story, and I really like that there were like these non-fighting tasks as well, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Alex.
Same here. I really enjoyed it. Also, thanks to you for like putting on a really cool DM performance.
Thank you.
And I would definitely join again and go on another adventure with Sir Cecil, Jonathan, and Leandra.
The most
I
oddball group, and I
somehow
love it.
doubt that Cecil is very well liked.
He is in his own head.
And that's what counts.
Oh, thank you guys so much for joining. It makes me happy as both someone that loves this hobby and as a DM that you guys want to continue on. Yay! Thank you for Patrick for kind of being our experienced player to help out on that end as well.
Hardly.
And also, of course, thank you to Lucas Zellers, who was the author of this adventure. Again, this is called The Town Musicians of Bremen. It is actually based off of an old fable by the same name that involves a cat. Or sorry, what are the animals? My mind just went blank.
A donkey, a cat,
Yeah.
a chicken, no, a cock, a rooster. Yeah.
Yes. A donkey, a cat, a rooster,
Dog.
and a dog. Yeah. And they come to this house. They find some along their road to Bremen. They found a house with some bandits in it. They kick the bandits out. The bandits come back and they fight them off again and keep the house. So this whole story is kind of inspired by that. Each of the encounters you had represented one of those different animals. In certain ways, the old man was something, but you didn't give him reason to get mad and transform into it. That would have been very bad and very funny.
What would he have transformed into? A donkey?
Yeah, sorry, Lucas.
You don't have to tell if you can't tell.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys after the stream's over. For the rest of you out there, if you're curious, go pick this up. It's on dmsguild.com. I think it's a couple dollars. It's awesome. And like I said, there's 6 different paths to this. So that Lucas has in this 6 different sets of donkey analogs and rooster analogs, and you can go along a central path. All of these were based around religion. It was called his celestial path. So he had a whole bunch of celestial creatures and then cult fanatics and priests and acolytes at the end. There's also one that deals with the Fey Wild, one that deals with shape changers. Like, there's a lot of replayability with this one. So sincerely, go check it out. It's awesome. So thank you to Lucas Zellers. You can find more from him at @SparkOtter on Twitter. And again, obviously on dmsguild.com. Thank you to reroll.co. They are the app and website that we use to make our lovely pixel character art. Thank you to GoGoats, GOGOTS. On DeviantArt, he did all of the maps that we use today. He's awesome. Go check out his work. Next week, we are back with our regular long campaign with a new set of characters in Tier 2 play. That's going to last us over the summer. Patrick will be back with that with a brand new character. Twos will be back with us for that. Luke, who played Cacophonius for us in the last campaign, will be back. And Chris, who was in our Owlbear one-shot, will be joining us for that campaign as well. So come check us out next week for the start of that new campaign. If you missed our first one, it's a great time to join in. We'll be starting with Balduran's Outpost Adventure, How to Raise a Dragon by Adam Hancock. So we might actually get some dragons in Dungeons & Dragons. Yay! Looking forward to that next week. 6 o'clock. Find more from us on Twitter at CritTestDummies. We also have Facebook, email, info@crittestdummies.com. Finally, thank you again to Patrick, Alex, Mai, and Max. You are awesome. You are cool people. It was so much fun playing for you guys tonight. With that, stay safe, take care of each other, and tell more stories. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.